explaining. Is it because it can be her? Many mistakes will make me hurt. I can't fix you. Is it because it can be her? Made me awake and make me hurt. I can't fix you. This is what happens when you leave it to somebody else. If you want it done right, you should just do it yourself. You oversaturate your world with nothing but machines. You might make everyone happy, but you're dead inside just like me. And now we're here at a standstill. I wonder if you feel the kind of pain that rips your insides out. That's something I know all about. Shocking, ain't it? We have a lot more in common than you would become with. It's like we're the same person, me and you. We both don't know what we can do. Is it because it can be her? Many mistakes will make me hurt. I can't fix you. Is it because it can be her? Made me awake and make me hurt. I can't fix you. Is it because it can be her? Many mistakes will make me hurt. I can't fix you. Is it because it can be her? Made me awake and make me hurt. I can't fix you.
Hello, hello, are we live? Welcome everyone back to Five Nights at Freddy's spin-off revisited sister location. So, in the last episode, I played nights 1 to 3 on the anniversary of sister location. Sister location is now 5 years old, guys. 5 years at the sister location. I don't normally celebrate the anniversaries of every individual FNaF game. To me, it's just like, that's just part of the franchise, and the first game's anniversary is like the big one, but you know, I can't help looking at FNaF 3 and thinking, damn, 5 years of FNaF 3, 3 years of FNaF 3, or sister location. Sister Location's one of, like, the original, like, old games now. I remember when Sister Location was brand new, it wasn't clear where it fit into the franchise. It was, like, this weird, oddball spin-off kind of thing that had a weird sitting with the rest of the series and was just kind of almost regarded as its own thing because it was so much more popular than most of the previous FNaF games. And here we are, considering it, you know, years on, with the game being part of the core collection on console and, you know, being remade in Help Wanted, and, well, actually, not really, not so much the original form, there's bits of it. It's very cool. Hello, everyone in live chat. Quick things to get out of the way. I've got my normal, like, headphones here, but the wire's really short. The headset, even though it's got this useless mic, you know, the wire's way longer, so they're kind of helpful like that. I'm not sure which I'm going to use, so I might just switch between the two. I don't know. Also, a package arrived recently. Not this one. I know I said I'd, tease what this is, but I think I'm just going to leave it where it is, because it's actually already been revealed if you look in the right place. No, but the other package is this thing, and this is Fazbear Fright 10. I know, because Amazon said they deliver it in one day, which is absolutely crazy. And yeah, this is my hydration. I've got a mirror, there's some air here, I like to breathe this. I moved my lamp for reasons. Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just happy to be here. I'm just happy to be back. We are about to play the most challenging night in Sister Location, so we might be stuck for a while, but no worries, because there is lots to talk about. We've got a different charity shout-out today, which you can find linked in the description with everything else, and today's QOTD is what is the worst thing about Sister Location, rather than the best. And as well as continuing our nostalgic journey through the underground facility in discussion about nostalgia, lore, theories, experiences, what we like and dislike about the game, this time, for sure, finally, I am joined by my girlfriend, Lucie, who you can find linked in the description. She has a number of social media pages, so you can just check out her link tree. She's extremely talented. She's got, like, blogs and Tumblrs and all kinds. In fact, I think everything except her Instagram is linked here, which is kind of strange. Lucie, you need to update this. Your Instagram is, like, one of your biggest... It's not even here. To be fair, though, I mean, I don't know why some of these are like that, but, you know, to be fair, some of her best stuff, really. She has Twitch? I forgot Lucie had Twitch. She has Patreon? Oh my goodness. I didn't even know some of these existed. This is some of her best work. This is some of her best work. Guys, go check out the Tumblr blog, Ask a Creature, okay? It's very, very cool. Very fun. Can I submit a question? I'm getting very sidetracked. Lucie, how about I just let you speak for yourself? And I'll catch up with chat in just a moment. You're live. Welcome.
Hello. I already answered in chat, but the reason why Instagram is not included in my link tree is because I made the link tree for my Instagram. Because Instagram only allows you to add one link to your bio, and that's why many people use Linktree, so they can link several things in one link. And the idea was people go from my Instagram to my Linktree and find my other stuff there. So that's why Instagram isn't included.
Then why don't we link the Instagram instead so we can get everything?
I mean, I guess. It's I don't know, it's of no use to me at the moment because I'm still...
Oh, yeah.
Restricted.
You wanna talk about that, Lucie? You wanna explain that, guys?
Yeah, basically Instagram said nothing and just decided you're not allowed to post with captions anymore, you're not allowed to post comments anymore, you're also not allowed to share your own posts on your story anymore.
Yeah,
because fuck you, that's why.
So, if you guys want to engage with Lucie's content, as well as Instagram having, like, a shitty algorithm and all of that, it's probably a wise decision to migrate to Tumblr, of all places. And I know that's not really the first place you'd think of, but it's actually pretty good for blog posting. And things have quietened down since 2016. So, anyway, check her out. Linktree in the description. Lucie, when was the last time you joined me on a stream? It's been forever.
It has been forever. I think the last time was when you did, like, a big open mic community thing, and I joined there.
Oh, yeah, it was about the Scott Cawthon controversy. Yeah, that was the debate there at 46.
Yeah, right, that.
Yeah. But yeah, it's good to have you back. And also, guys, we were deciding what music we'd play in the intro. The title was deliberately the Try Hard Ninja song Circus of the Dead, but I wanted to go with a different song to have as much nostalgia as possible, and I thought I'd just let you guys just snort that good stuff up your nose with The Living Tombstone. I actually don't listen to that particular song that was playing, which should be linked in the description. Let me go get it. The Living Tombstone... what's it called? Can't Fix You.
Yeah.
I was actually playing the Spotify version. I meant to play the YouTube version because it has the doom doom at the end where
it adds so much to it, and it's like this
the creepy sound. I'm so annoyed that I forgot that. But if you guys don't know, as well as there being an amazing music video, holy crap, this animation! I've forgotten how good this was.
And it looks so good. Generally, I love this entire song. Everything about it, the raw mechanical power that it expresses, it's just mwah.
But yeah, we didn't get this. Such a creepy thing. And I've completely forgot to include it. So if you want to experience that properly, check out the link in the description. You'll have to refresh. I'm adding it now. But yeah, Living Tombstone, great job on that.
DJ, I don't remember where I've been and where I haven't. Okay, I don't remember any time.
DJ, no one's gonna remember that specifically. I sure as hell
except
won't.
You.
Yeah, so, speaking to chat as well, hello Charlie, I know that's you, hello DJ, hello Livy, thanks for joining, glad you like the music, again, as Lucie said, personal favourite, yeah, agreed, exactly. And Ethan, no, the title song, I am allowed to play this. It just means the stream's demonetized, which is fine because I haven't hit monetization yet. Although, I did recently make a Reddit post you guys should check out, and I'm not going to talk about this much now, but if you are on any of the Mr. Matt social media pages, which I highly recommend because the notifications come from my hand, they are much more reliable than YouTube's on their own. I recently made a post, and all I'm going to say is that when I clicked on the monetization page on YouTube, 3 out of these 4 boxes are green with ticks, alright? Hashtag subscribe for hydration.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about that later, maybe I'll probably just bring that up every stream, but yeah, no, Circus of the Dead, if you're interested, is the second sister location song by Tried Ninja, the first one he made after release. This one. I won't play the whole thing, but you get the idea. Actually, wasn't the FNaF Simulator mini music, one of them was a remix of a Try Hard Ninja song. I can't remember what the... Was it Circus of the Dead? It was one of them.
No idea.
But yeah, anyway. And Lucy sent me this as well. I've never heard this before. I'm just going to play the first 30 seconds or so.
It's not that great, but it's like, it has a nostalgic factor for me.
I've
and
never
I generally
heard
like
this one.
Vocal Circus. Oh yeah, it's Vocaloid, so...
Indeed, now that's the interesting thing. It's funny, someone was talking about Vocaloid earlier.
Yeah, we were like yesterday.
But yeah,
I grew up with that stuff. Like, that shit is ingrained in my DNA at this point. I still come back to it every once in a while, and like, I don't know, it's still good music sometimes.
Right. Oh, I see. Vocaloid, guys. I might use this for the outro. I'll listen to it later. Very cool. And yeah, that's really interesting, Ethan, that a little of everybody in me. That's very clever how it can be flipped on its head. It's I don't know. It's like poetry and rhymes. It's one of those sentences. Subject object. Why do you consider the games from Sister Location onwards spin-offs? Interesting question. I just want to. I know there's a lot of chat. I just want to spend a few minutes reading chat for a minute. Lucy, do you want to give your opinion? I forgot to put your icon on the player's screen. Oh my god.
Oh,
sorry.
Boo, it's fine.
I totally forgot. Platty, today's not your day. Where's Lucy? Lucy, yours is out of date. The last thing I've got is this one.
I can send it to you.
Please send me your. I meant to put your icon on there. I completely forgot. The last one I've got is a piece of art you made, but that's not your main icon.
My current icon is.
Send, please. I want to put it on here.
Yes. This is my current icon on Discord.
Yeah, Lucy. I mean, in answer to Ethan's question, what would you consider a spin-off in the FNaF series? Because this is part of a very broad kind of multi-series. There's a playlist for it and everything, guys, where I'm basically revisiting all the FNaF games that I consider to be spin-offs because people there's just been high demand for it. People really want me to replay them. Even though we see them again and again all the time, and there's nothing new for me to react to. People still want to see me do them. So, here's Lucy's current profile picture. Adorable. Talk more about that later. What's your to say?
Yeah, I think this location could definitely be counted as a spin-off, mainly because it's not about the main animatronics, and it's not like, I mean, it is part of the main story, but it's also, it's kind of not about the main story. It's like about the sister location, the adjacent.
Yes.
The adjacent, line of animatronics, I guess.
Ethan, in answer to your question, I wouldn't consider all the games from Sister Location onwards to be spin-offs. I'm going to be controversial here. I would consider every game except the original trilogy to be a spin-off. Every game from FNaF 3 onwards. Starting with Five Nights
it makes
4.
Sense.
Now, that's a bit weird, because FNaF 4 is very clearly part of the original quadrilogy set.
Yeah.
The production was the same, the intention was the same. But the thing is, FNaF 4, as great as it was, arguably the best game in the series, it came out weird, because Scott tried too hard to be mysterious in regards to the story and the lore. It just had a real disconnect, especially since the previous game had been a definitive ending of the franchise. It was like a, part 3 of the trilogy. This is the end. And there was also, FNaF World, which is just kind of weird and not really canon. And then Sister Location and Pizza Sim. And together, you've got all those, Ultimate Custom Night, you've got those, 7 games kind of formed the original main story. So you could argue those are, the core games. But there was a lot of retconning with the story, with 4 and Sister Location. And there's a clear distancing from the original. What is the central FNaF story? It's not an easy question to answer. And it was kind of retroactively changed. The original 3... Sorry, Lucy, go on.
Yeah, it's fine. I think it makes sense that you count the first three to be like the original trilogy and the rest to be spin-offs, because the first three happen in kind of almost the chronological order.
Almost.
It's like, yeah, almost. And the rest of that is kind of like additional side stories in a way. Like you have the side story of the Bite of 87, the Bite of 83. No, wait, I'm stupid. What the fuck? I mean, the Bite of 83 specifically, with the crying child.
Yeah.
87 was stuff too. I'm stupid. Anyway. Yeah, and then you have Sister Location, which is an entirely different location, an entirely different set of animatronics. And then you have UCN and Pizza Sim, but Pizza Sim is like, I mean, I guess it's part of the main story, but it's also the epilogue, the conclusion. In a way.
All I wanted to say was really that even though the original 4 technically are the originals, I consider FNaF 4 a spin-off because it depends on your definition of central story. I think the central story of FNaF is the original 3. It's the story from the perspective of the random night guard, except that was retroactively changed to be Mike almost every time because of Sister Location, which grounds Sister Location with the originals. But it's like those original 3, as well as the titles, it was really just about the effects and the consequences of this mysterious Purple Man stuff and kind of Fazbear Entertainment itself. Whereas, FNaF 4 has nothing to do with the missing children's incident. Sister Location's in a completely different place and time. Pizza Sim only exists because of Sister Location leaving loose ends and demand for Springtrap. And Ultimate Custom Night is just a nice bow tie kind of thing, and also just a really interesting concept of a FNaF game. But UCN has spawned its own subgenre of FNaF fan games.
Yeah.
And yeah, yes, Ethan, I remember that. Do you guys remember all the teasers? You may be noticing I'm using the old teasers for thumbnails. If we actually go to the FNaF archive, I've been using all the teasers for Sister Location. I remember when we had the cancel due to leaks. This is one of Scott's greatest teasers. What a troll. We all thought the game had been cancelled, and it turns out it was an in-universe newspaper, which people forget about, actually. People forget about this thing.
Personally, I just find it a bit too contradictory and confusing with the rest.
What do you mean?
Like
in terms of
I don't know. I remember us two just talking for 4 hours about this because we just couldn't settle on how to interpret this.
Lucie, we're gonna talk lore today. Are you ready?
Maybe.
Oh, I'm so ready.
Why did you fucking deep throat your mic again?
No.
Why?
No. Why would I do
just
that?
saw it on stream.
No, I didn't. I don't know what you're talking about. Guys, tell her. I didn't do that.
You fucking did. He keeps doing this. I don't know why.
Yeah, exactly, Ethan.
No.
I need to donate to Lucie on Patreon. Lucie, could you stream on Twitch more so I can be a Twitch simp and put my life savings on you?
No. Also, just saying, if you consider to follow me on Patreon, maybe don't. I don't actually post there much because I don't know. I never feel like I have anything worth posting, and the few tutorials I've worked on, I've kind of just ended up not really going anywhere.
The clips are already making themselves. DJ, I have no idea what you're talking about. Baron Grim Foxy, wrong game, buddy. Wrong game. And also, I can see some QOTD answers here. Yeah, there's more requirements to monetization than you thought, yeah. Yes, Livy, I remember that too. Sorry, Lucie, just want to catch up with chat before we start.
It's fine.
But yeah, the low replay value, Ethan, very interesting because, of course, Sister Location is objective-based. Each night is different. Replay value is much lower, except for the custom night DLC. That's got really high replay value, even though you can't actually customize the individual AIs, which sucks. If it had that, it'd probably be the best custom night. Except maybe UCN. But yeah, and the checkpoint saves, I've noticed that as well. I've been watching Brain Dead livestream, guys. Shout out to my boy Nick. I know he's not going to see this. He doesn't even know that I upload, I think. But I discovered this guy trying to think of a good thumbnail for Sister Location, and he does live stream similar to me. It's pretty similar. He's been playing Amnesia Rebirth as well as Sister Location for the very first time. And yeah, the checkpoints in this game suck. But yeah, shout out to Brain Dead. Guys, go subscribe to Brain Dead. Seriously, he's cool. Tell him Mr. Matt sent you. Join the Mrverse, just to get all my alt accounts on there. But yeah, I don't think the price of the game really dictates whether it's a spin-off or not. I'm looking purely at a perspective of story and narrative. Really, we're in a new age of FNaF. I think you could argue what really counts as a spin-off or not now is anything that's not those original 7 games. So FNaF World, Freddy in Space 2, Fury's Rage, Furry's Rage. Help Wanted, Special Delivery, and Security Breach. They're spin-offs. They're not part of the original game made by Scott. They're not part of that original narrative. But then,
which is why I consider it to be a separate timeline, but some people don't agree with that.
Yeah, emphasis on some. Yeah, let's not get into that. Yeah,
too many.
But yeah, the mature edition, that was quite funny. Yeah, Matasta Miss time, yes. Mr. Matt simping for Lucie. Oh god. You know, Lucie, I'm actually really glad you don't watch my live stream, specifically Doki Doki Literature Club, where I'm flirting with two anime girls. Definitely, unironically, obviously.
I know.
Ironically. And hydrated highlights, because there's been a lot of sus out of context things. Which,
I mean, if you saw the stuff that I do online sometimes.
Oh yeah, guys, listen, do you want to share what you've been up to on the Megamind server, on the Megamind fandom?
No!
Guys, she sent me a piece of art. Let me find it. Oh, don't worry about this, by the way. We weren't doing anything suspicious at all. This was just, let me just see if I can find the art that you made.
Only the recent ones, please. Do not go further than the last two.
Lucie, do as I say, or I'll reveal your Megamind fan art on stream.
No, you can't expose me like this.
Yeah, yes, I can. It's your fault for showing me. All right, you know, you're giving me leverage to blackmail you, Lucie. You know, I am gonna use it.
I trusted you. I will kill you if you show that on stream.
Will you now? Will you? Guys, tell you what, guys, 20 likes and I'll show off my DMs with Lucie. I'll show off the art that she sent me.
My face is on fire, thank you.
20 likes. 20 likes, I'll make it happen, alright? Guaranteed. 30 likes and I'll show off everything, okay? I'll show off everything. Nothing is sacred, nothing will be hidden. We're already on 6 likes, it's going up.
Oh no! Do not expose my sins!
Don't worry, Lucie, I won't do anything that's going to get you into actual trouble, trust me. But yeah, guys, yeah, gonna reveal all the dirty secrets. You know. Alright, let's get on with this. Let's play Sister Location. I think we're wasting enough time. Guys, welcome back. So, in the last episode, again, we completed the first 3 nights. I just need to set up the capture here. And yeah, we're gonna get straight into fucking mouse.
Oh, by the way, just a warning. I might have to leave in half an hour for a bit and have my mom make dinner because she asked me to.
That's all right. You can come and go as you please, Lucie. You don't have to be along. I would like to have an in-depth discussion with you, but there's no obligations whatsoever. Okay, we are just here to vibe. Is the audio balance good, guys? Am I too loud? Is Lucie in the game too loud? Is one tell me how the audio is. We've been clickbaited. This is actually a Mr. Matt trolling Lucie stream. It's been 25 minutes already. Yeah, indeed, audio is good. If you guys are happy with the audio, then I'm ready to get started. Lucie, do you wanna get started? Yeah.
You can. Sure. Go ahead.
Start by taking your clothes off. It's for science.
No.
All right, I'll go first. So, what I wanted to talk about with you guys, what I wanted to get on with. 100 likes and I'll stream shirtless. No cap. No cap. 100 likes and I'll go shirtless. I'll do it.
Matt. Strip poker challenge. Every time you die in this game, you have to take something.
I should actually do that for a stream. That would be so funny. As long as I don't stand up, I can go butt naked and it won't be a problem. I honestly, I've thought about this.
Your parents might look at you a bit weird though if they come.
Lucie, they don't watch my streams. They don't.
I mean,
my mum supports it. My dad doesn't
even
understand it.
I mean, come to your room or something because they for whatever fucking reason.
Oh no! You're right. I'm not kidding though. I've thought about this. I think if I expose my nipples on stream, it wouldn't be the end of the world. But anything further south is a no-no. That's a no-no.
Also, you're a guy. YouTube does not have issues with guy nipples. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why we as a society, it's like men can go shirtless all the time, but when a woman goes shirtless, awooga.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think this is the right time to have a conversation about how I feel when I see a woman's nipples. But
how did we get here? Livy, I'm sorry. We are corrupting the stream.
I'm sorry. I mean, Livy, you're not that young. You're like 16. I'm trying to find an excuse here. DJ and Ethan are both over the age of consent. I mean, they're over 18, so that's all that's important to me. I mean, it's important to... What I'm saying is that this is not for children. This stream is not for children. If you're under the age of, like, 13, you need to leave. Unless you want to talk about some things you're too young to understand. Right, let's try and move on back to sister location. I'm gonna slide into some topic in the middle of nudity and sister location. So, oh god, enchanted mob guys. His version of Circus Baby is pretty interesting. What the fuck? I'm trying to find a middle ground. It's not working. Let's just get on with the game. Ooga booga, stop harassing my girl. Yes.
She can make balloons.
She can make balloons, Daddy.
Have you seen her make balloons?
Harder, Daddy. What?
Oh no!
Go to her.
Her balloons get all the kids in the yard.
Oh, all right. Let's stop. Forgive me. Oh, I'm gonna stop talking because there's dialogue happening right now. So, guys.
Be still and quiet.
Okay.
You've been sleeping for quite a while.
Kind of sucks that I can't like.
I think they
sound down
noticed
'cause
that you
talking.
never left the
Yeah.
building last night. The cameras were searching for you.
I'll
well,
tell you when to
anyway.
speak.
You.
I just want to hear this the first time because it's been
have you
years
hidden
since I actually
too
listened to
well.
this in full properly.
Okay.
I'll tell you.
To you.
She kidnapped me.
I know.
I love it. She's like, I kidnapped you. Night 4. This game, man. I love this game's sense of humor. The FNaF games get funnier as they progress. It's great. I love pizza.
It has a weird
Don't
like
be afraid.
sense of familiarity. I don't know. I feel like it's pretty similar to the type of
I'm
humor
only
that Portal
going
2
to
uses.
keep you for a little
Yeah.
while.
This very blunt.
Try not to
Oh yeah,
let
here's
go
an
of
invention
them.
we made. Haha, lol, it
You're
actually kills you, but don't tell
inside
anyone.
something that
Lol.
came from my old pizzeria.
Yeah, very dark
I
humor as
don't
well.
think it was
Yeah,
ever
very
used.
blunt. I love it.
At
lot of
least
interesting
not
info
the way
here.
it was meant to
I have
be.
been making notes on the lore. I might bring out my old
Too
notebooks,
dangerous.
guys, because I'm a bit rusty, but...
It's just big enough for one person to fit inside.
Also, bro, Olivia, sorry, Jesus, words.
You're in the
This is why this can't be cut.
Do you know
My day is
why
ruined.
they call it
Yeah.
the scooping room?
Can't be cut.
It's because, dummy,
Dummy.
this is the room
Dummy.
where they use the scooper. I thought that
Circus
was
Baby calling me dummy feels really different after I've started my relationship with you, because you call me dummy all the time. I'm not comfortable with this.
It sounds like something
why
you
we
would
call
use
it
for
the
ice cream,
scooper.
or
Dummy!
custard, or sprinkles.
She gets so
It
fucking
sounds
passive
like
aggressive about
something
it.
you would want
Right.
at your birthday party to ensure that you get a heaping portion of every good thing.
I put you inside my suit.
A freshly opened pint
Stop.
of ice cream.
Fresh ice cream.
Feel
Oh,
about something with that.
No!
Jesus Christ.
Thankfully, I don't think a freshly opened.
Didn't we just the other day agree that I'm now the only one? Like, what happened to that?
I'm just making fun.
It sounds
I know.
like
It's for the
someone
content.
else is in the building.
This is wrong on so many levels. Oh, hold on. Here they come.
Okay, bring her over. Forward.
This is wrong. Just objectively, factually wrong.
Set her down. Watch the step.
What happened to it this time?
Just seems like these things can't go a day without breaking down. Who knows? It's always the same, man. Some kind of hardware malfunction.
Well, I had to be somewhere in 15 minutes.
And this place gives me the creeps. Can we just get this over with? It's all auto. You don't have to be here. Just get her on the roller so we can go.
Who remembers the technicians? Who remembers that the technicians had voices? Because I had completely forgotten that the technicians actually had voice acting in this game. It feels so
By
out
the
of
way-
place. It's fascinating. Like
And
some
by the way,
flashback.
still not convinced that they actually exist, that they're actually real people.
Wait, what?
And I can mimic voices.
And it doesn't exist. This is Night 4.
Doesn't it already exist in this one?
Nope. It's between Nights 4. Lucie, you need a refresher on the
Oh
game.
yeah,
mate.
right,
You
I'm sorry.
literally see
No,
them hanging.
no.
They literally see their corpses hanging the next night. Okay.
Okay, so, Wait. Yeah, so I had it twisted, but I'm still not convinced they're real, because, like, at least one of them has the ability to perfectly mimic Otto's
There's
voices.
something very important that I've learned how to do
this out.
over time. Do you know what that is? How to pretend. Do you ever play make-believe?
No, I don't.
Pretend to be one way.
I don't do fucking
When you are
roleplay, alright?
really
I don't want to
the
join
other.
your Dungeons and Dragons game.
It's very
I'm already in one
important.
campaign, it's been going on for like a
But
year.
Laura never learns. But I do.
Anyway, guys,
That
we're
camera
about to
makes-
There
watch
is
Laura
something
get
wrong
raped.
on the inside.
It's gonna be fun.
Excuse you?
The
It
only
looks...
thing
Is that not supposed to be
matters
symbolic of rape?
Is
I don't
See?
think so.
how.
Well,
I don't
Scott...
want to think it's symbolic of that.
Well, Scott had a very interesting way of framing this. Let me just look at this real quick, okay? So you got Laura up here, and you got the big, long metal... Hacha! Right in the guts. Oh, that's so loud.
I think if it's symbolic of anything, it's fucking murder.
Well, you know, but like, same thing.
I'll
Like,
open
it's
the
abuse.
faceplate for you.
It's
That way they can find
It's
you
not
on
just
the
like
cameras.
whatever. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into it now because I need to play the game.
Yeah,
Now I'm gonna
that's
die a
not-
lot,
Is
but I've
wait.
listened to the dialogue now, so we can talk over whatever.
I recommend that you
alright,
keep
here we go.
the spring locks
Let's keep the spring locks
up.
wound, boys, as soon as they're
Your
available.
breathing and your heartbeat are causing
Here
them to come
we
loose.
go.
You
Okay,
don't
those are pretty
want
much a
them
full
to
wind.
get
We want to
too
keep it at
loose.
12 o'clock.
Trust me.
But we've got to wiggle to get rid of the mini arenas. But that obviously loosens the spring locks. Okay, here we are. And this is probably like the hardest night in the game. But it is only 3 minutes, so we just gotta stay on top of things.
By the way, like I've watched other people play this thing for years, and I still don't understand the like how it's like. I don't know. I don't get it. Like the way it works.
So you have to keep the spring locks wound. If too
I
many
mean,
of them
yeah,
are
but,
flashing
like-
red, a mini arena jump scares you. If the mini arenas climb to the top, they'll jump scare you. Wiggling gets rid of the mini arenas, but it also loosens the spring locks. That's it. Thing is, Scott made a really poor decision here, and he made it so that there's no way of discerning whether you failed because the spring locks were going loose or because of the mini arenas. You just get jump scared by mini arenas either way, and it's really silly.
yeah.
There should be a different animation where it cuts to black and plays like a spring lock sound. That would be way better, but Scott just, I don't know, he just didn't like specify, which kind of sucks. Again, this guy rushes his games, guys, you know. As good as they are, the FNaF games are rushed. This one, not as much, actually. But I'm talking like FNaF 1, 2, not 1, but 2, 3, and 4. Even in this game, actually, you've got like Ennard's eyebrow being missing, clipping textures. All the up to UCN, really, but you know, it is what it is. It's been years since I played this. I remember beating this for the very first time. It was a nice summer day. Summer? No, it wasn't. It was winter. What am I on about? I remember being sunny. It was probably quite chill. My memory's bad. But I was playing with Tasha. She was looking over my shoulder. We'd watched the Markiplier video on it because he'd beaten it. Oh, I think she had and I hadn't because I wanted to experience it for myself. Also, ignore the guys crawling in the middle. They're weird. They just keep piling in. They don't actually do anything. But I remember like how difficult this was. It took a lot of time for me to get. Uh-oh, they're starting to go into red, boys. That's not good. I might die. Let's get these out of the red. God. Damn. Oh god. I'm turning my volume down. I think I'm gonna get jump scared. The jump scares in this game are just stupidly loud. Like it's kind of ridiculous. God damn it. Oh well, GG. That was the spring locks though, because none of them had reached the top. I think. It's hard to tell. Anyways, right, now that I've actually gone over the game, Lucie, let's talk. There's so much to talk about, like, without even playing the game much. It's not that boring, Ethan. The dialogue here is actually pretty important for a number of things. Although, I'm going to say one thing right now. I really don't like how inconsistent Circus Baby is as a character. I don't understand why she behaves so differently on Night 4, and then reverts back to what she was doing on Night 5. And I can only assume it's something to do with the whole pretending thing. I'm not sure. It's kind of weird. Lucie, what do you think?
Now,
I was like kind of zoning out there. Think about what?
I'd recommend that you keep the spring locks
Hello?
wound up.
Hello. Sorry,
Your
I'm
breathing
focused on
and
the
your
gameplay now.
heartbeat are causing them to
But yeah,
come
so
loose.
why do you think
don't
Circus
want
Baby
them
behaves
to
so
get
differently
too
on night
loose.
4 than she does all the other
Trust
nights? Like,
me.
what's the deal?
Hmm.
It's okay if you don't have an
I
answer,
think she's
because I don't.
impatient. I think she's impatient, and the more impatient she gets, and the closer she gets to her goal, the more desperate she gets to finish it.
Maybe. Again, the whole game's a setup. She's misleading us. You gotta wiggle like 2 or 3 times, I think, just to get rid of them. So I'm trying to wiggle as little as possible. And keep these at the 12 o'clock position, because some of them were turning around pretty far. They start winding down faster, I think. So if we get them all in like the optimal position now, that's gonna help in the long run. Okay, just checking the other side to make sure I'm not missing anything. Maybe instead of going up and down one side at a time, I should switch sides. So that like I don't miss mini arenas like going towards the top. But yeah, man, what a creepy scene. Ballora staring us down the whole time, eye flickering.
The minute
Here
you
we
is
go.
crawling into the suit, like, ugh.
The lighting as well, the way the faces are completely cast in shadow, like wow. Great job, Scott. Love the modeling again. And the distant red light over there. This game has really good immersion compared to the other games, and the fact that there's a bigger space to look around rather than just left to right and go up
Yeah,
and down.
and
as
the
well.
fact that this one you can actually kind of walk around in, I love that because
Yeah.
it actually does feel a lot more immersive. Like the lighting, it somehow feels more real in a way, more realistic.
Yeah,
than the
people
rest.
have been asking for a
You're
3D
close.
FNaF game for a long time when this came
Yeah.
out, and the Joy of Creation was super popular because of that.
Oh, yeah.
You're still going up.
I think with this
Shit.
one, it's also the other animatronics you don't see up close very much. With these,
Right.
you're like nearly constantly up in their faces.
Yep. Because you have to do like maintenance on them and all that kind of stuff.
One of my favorite parts of this, even though I also hate it and could never play it myself, is the one when you're in Freddy's room. Because like just the way the lighting and the sparks
Oh, the break
illuminate
room.
the room.
We were
it's
doing
so
that last
fucking
time.
good.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
night 2.
The way
Oh,
the
that's like
sparks
4.
illuminate his
Shit.
like silhouette a little bit every once in a while, and it's like all faulty wires, and you hear him cackling and
God
making
damn it.
those comments. It's great.
I got caught out. Yeah, just reading chat as well. I have a strategy for this that basically... Oh, here we go. Here come the sweats, guys. Ethan's gonna come in with the flawless strat. Give me the deets. I don't remember how to do this minigame, so I'm just gonna run around for a bit. There was so much we could talk about. I just want to catch up with chat. I'm just gonna stay here. Sorry, guys, if you want to see the minigame, but yeah, the ones claim the center making you panic more, therefore making your heartbeat faster. Ah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm not taking this off because of earlier, guys. I'm genuinely feeling quite warm. I'm quite hot. Lucy, am I hot?
Yes.
See? Lucy agrees. Anyway. Yeah, it was actually only 2 minutes 25. You'll need to run a stopwatch for the night for this strat. But do I have to? That's such a lot of unnecessary effort, surely. Just tell me the strat. Alright, how does this work? I don't remember. Slash? What are these controls? Oh, these are such weird controls. I forgot the controls. It's shift to jump? Anyway. Lucy, do you want to elaborate on why you don't think the technicians are real people? Because I think one of the things we want to talk about is, look, I want to talk nostalgia. We got the fan songs at the start, guys. You want to talk about that? Go ahead. What you liked and disliked about the game. I mean, yeah, like you said, the immersion's great. What about the story?
Yeah. I think on one end you have all these implications that nobody's been down there in years.
What implications?
You know, like from the trailer, and it's like, oh yeah,
Open the
forgotten,
face
left
lights
behind,
here.
that kind of shit.
That way they can find
They had that in
you
FNaF
on
2 as well.
Now,
I know, but,
all
like-
you have to do.
I don't know. I feel like it's supposed to mean that like nobody's
I'd
really been down there,
recommend
and that's
that
also
you
been
keep
hidden.
the
Like the
spring
entrance
locks
is hidden.
wound up.
Yo.
Your breathing
So-
Wait, the
I don't
entrance is
know,
are
hidden?
causing them to come loose.
Didn't Michael imply that like
Them to get too
he
loose.
like
Trust me.
he only got there with instructions? Like he was like it was right where you said it would be. I don't know, I
Oh, in
feel
that
like-
scene. We're drawing from a lot of sources across the
Yeah.
timeline here, guys, so let's be
Yeah.
specific.
I
guess.
just always had the feeling that like this place has not been entered by a human person in a long time, and I don't know, I just find it weird that suddenly there's 2 people coming in. the blue out
there's
of nowhere.
also
Like,
the person who died
I know.
in the vent, and there's
I'm
also
also not convinced that any of that was real. I feel like because the thing is, Baby is messing with us the entire time, manipulating the entire time, lying the entire time.
okay.
And like, who's to say that like not all of this is some kind of trickery to get you to believe that stuff's real like that? I don't know. I can't trust it, you know?
I mean, yeah, our sources are Baby and Hand Unit. She might be controlling Hand Unit, not clear. But like, I don't. I mean, what?
And again, we have Phantom Freddy.
I mean, knowing FNaF 4, this sounds like a viable theory, but I just don't like. Why wouldn't it just be what it is, though? Like, we get.
That's what I was trying to explain. If you let me talk,
I'm
please.
so confused.
Yeah, so we have Phantom Freddy who can perfectly mimic an older person's voice,
Right.
and like, I don't know how far Baby's control can reach, but the fact that at least one of them is like explicitly stated in those blueprints that they can indeed fully and completely emulate an older person's voice is kind of sus to me. Like, why would you mention that detail if it wasn't?
I thought the blueprints were to explain how Michael is able to walk and talk after being zombified because
That too, but also like, who's to say this wasn't used here as well? Is what I'm trying to get at.
Sure. Oh god, they're already in the red.
I don't know.
man.
It just, to me, it just doesn't feel right that there's just like people coming in and out all the time. Cause like, why? If those people can come in and out and like keep checking on them and like, then how come none of them have been tricked into this shit so far? Because I'm pretty sure there's probably more gullible people than Michael.
Sorry,
Michael is mainly there cause like he's on instructions.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. There's no evidence to suggest that they've done this specific plan before. I think what's interesting, actually, this is a really wild card, but actually, Help Wanted has a lot of interesting lore regarding this. In the minigames, we see a lot of the sister location animatronics in the FNaF 4 location, but not the other way around. And it's like, there's no other instances in that game of one game's characters in another game's location. Combining that with what we know about the like observation areas, I think they've been trying different methods of escape, and one of them was going through those like side vents.
That you keep the spring logs.
I don't know. I mean, let me think.
You're breathing.
Thing is, though, okay, so if they're imitating voices, where are the original people of the voices they're imitating, like from? Like, are they other employees who are just been gone for ages, or?
To be fair, it could have been that like William at some point just fed them a lot of like video material of people talking to get them to emulate as many voices as possible, and they can also just probably pick up any voice they want from whatever they heard snippets of.
I actually don't remember how high the mini moons can go before they get you guys, so I might just test that out. Right, that's got to be like max height right there. I guess there's no evidence for that, but that would be pretty interesting. I mean, guys, what do you think? Because like, I've never assumed that like everything's fake and there's no real people there, but one of the big themes of FNaF is illusion.
Exactly, and also one of the big themes of FNaF is you're alone with this. You're entirely alone. It's all you versus the able robots in every single game.
Yeah.
There's never another person around. That's why I find it extremely weird that there's suddenly several people in this extra. And also, we have the FNaF 4 house. And when you don't have like the secret ending and you escape, when you don't get scooped, right? That ending, I don't remember the actual specifics. But yeah, when you don't get
true ending and a false ending.
Yeah, when you don't get scooped and it's like crawling up to you, you're still in the FNaF 4 house at least, you know, looking at the implications he has,
so
right?
Similar.
And like the fact that Eric is just kind of there is kind of funky. And
yeah, I never understood that, to be honest. I don't know what was going on
and
with
also
that.
like with the cams, with the observation room and the blueprints matching up perfectly with the FNaF 4 house as we saw it, and also the FNaF 1 location. It's all kind of weird.
Yeah.
I think they're all kind of connected. At least the FNaF 4 house and the system location, they have to be like connected physically, at least.
Oh,
And I
they
do
are.
feel that's why I think that the only entrance to the sister location is through the FNaF 4 house.
Wait, the only entrance?
Yeah.
But the elevator, that doesn't go to the FNaF 4 house.
Yeah. Maybe we don't know that. That's so far the only entrance we know of.
But
And that
where
goes
does-
directly to the central room.
What? Where does the elevator connect to in the FNaF 4 house?
Some kind of hidden room, probably.
It's not a very good answer, is it?
I know, but do you have evidence for anything else?
Well, exactly, yeah. So it's kind of a moot point. I mean,
Exactly. And
The
like,
thing
it
is,
has to end
Afton
somewhere. We don't
Robotics-
see where it starts.
clearly the scale and the expenses needed for the location and the animatronics means that Afton Robotics must have had a lot of employees. There must be at least a dozen, if not more. They're going to need engineers, people to do marketing, engineers, architects, who knows what else. They might have licensed out a lot of stuff to like other companies.
Yeah, but at the
with
same
William
time,
In the face
you know how
makes
fucking paranoid William is? Do you really think he wouldn't
That way
trust
they can
anybody
find you
with
on the
this?
cameras.
And the knowledge that this location exists and entrance to it, where they could uncover secrets that are incriminating to him?
Well, no, that's why he has the
I'd
private room,
recommend that
so
you
that they
keep the
don't,
spring
because he puts all
locks
the
locked
heinous
up.
stuff in there,
Your
whereas
breathing
everywhere
and
else,
heartbeat are causing them to come
is
loose.
open for the employees, obviously,
You don't
because he
want
can't do it
them
all
to
himself.
get
It's
Yeah,
too
but
much
the
work.
animatronics can talk.
me.
At least Baby
Yeah.
can, and he should know that she's manipulative as fuck and can like definitely rat him out.
But
or
I
at
mean,
least improve things.
imagine this was happening to you. No one would believe you. No one would
I mean,
believe you if someone told you
obviously,
this.
but like, it's still fucking weird that there's like some kind of weird murder bunker going on down there.
Fast for Entertainment was just the same. It's always been pretty sus. And this was the 980s. You
Yeah,
could get away with a lot more.
Still, I really don't feel like he wouldn't trust anyone with this, which is why it's so like, Micah specifically was entrusted with this, I guess, quote-unquote mission, because like,
Yeah.
he's probably the only person that like nobody would believe, because he technically did kill his brother,
Exactly.
and
Oh,
William
yeah,
used that, and he knew that. That's why I feel like it's weird that he also sends other people down there.
Yeah, but they're not doing the same job as Michael.
No, obviously, but like, why are they there?
Well, obviously, I mean, these guys, the two engineers who come in on the right, a lot of the system's automated, which is worth noting up. It's not, there probably aren't that many employees after the initial setup because it's automated, but they need to, they actually need to move Ballora back from, like, wherever she was performing, whatever location she'd been, like, rented out to, in order for the scooper to, you know, repair the hardware.
I'm rather was still not convinced that beyond the one time Baby was out on like a party thing where the Elizabeth thing happened, that they ever went out again.
Why are you so, like, why don't you believe anything presented to us in this game? If nothing in this game is real and, like, can't be, like, if we can't take it at face value, then this game means nothing. Like, there's no point in
I
even
didn't.
analyzing it.
I
What the
just.
heck?
The thing is, I'm trying to look at this from a narrative point of view, like not factual. Narrative standpoint,
I mean,
and that
that's
gut
kinda-
feeling, more or less. And like, I don't. It doesn't make sense to me that after this
nonsense
horrible
doesn't make
event
sense.
that definitely affected William negatively, that he would just keep doing that.
What do you
If
mean?
it went wrong, if it went wrong entirely and backfired the first time, why would he use these faulty-ass animatronics that are now also cursed with the spirit of his dead daughter, and cast them out again to rent them back out? I'm pretty sure like this one like huge slap to the face would be enough to make him go, okay, maybe that wasn't a good idea.
I mean, William
And-
Afton's still, like, doing shenanigans later on.
I don't know. I know.
Oh, the jump
That's
scares
still
get
right.
me so bad because the mini arenas look really creepy, but also the noise is so loud. You were saying? I'm gonna try and actually play the mini game. How's chat doing?
It just doesn't make sense to me.
Night 5. Oh, there's a line on Night 5 that says they've gotten out before, but they always put us back. Yeah, we'll get to that. I don't remember it. What was the button?
That's why Sister Location is kind of weird, because like opinions. Again, like our opinions split there in a lot of ways.
I just don't know, like, where you're getting your ideas from.
I'm not basing it on facts. I'm basing it on like what I feel makes more sense story-wise.
Wait, which one is that? Oh, that's the three-way. We're not gonna beat this, guys. I don't remember the method. I've done this before, back in 2016. I did beat this, but there's a method. You gotta like pick the right cupcakes, the right moment. How's people doing in chat anyway? Sorry, this here just
It's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I always
No,
thought you
DJ,
brought
I'm
Enid
not
home.
saying-
It's a bit strange.
Yeah. I'm not saying this will never happen. I'm just saying that there's a lot of ways that this game can trick you,
Oh, shit.
and like narrative wise, and like maybe literally tricks you as well, canonically, like in the actual game.
Well,
And
with
I
that
don't
line
know-
of argument, you could pretty much argue anything about sister location.
I know that my arguments are not very good.
Sorry, I'm just reading chat. What about Rec Room?
Again, I'm going off of gut feeling here, not fact.
Platty Furry confirmed. Wow, best purchase I've ever made. Well, the more you learn. But yeah, let me read Ethan's strat, because Ethan's strat is probably going to help me beat this a lot more quickly. This guy's the master, guys. First 2 minutes of the night, you do full winds on every spin lock, no exceptions. What do you mean by full winds?
Plates for you.
Once you get to
That way they can find
3/4?
cameras.
reduce your maximum spin lock to a
All
half.
have to do
Never occasionally check the opposite side for any climbing enemies. By the time you get here, you'll probably see them anyway. Alright, it's risky.
recommend that you keep the spring locks wound
What's like
up.
full wind? One.
Your breathing and your heartbeat are causing them to come loose. You don't want them to get
Is
too
this
loose.
so half, third,
Trust
quarter? Oh wait, I think I get it. Yeah. So we want to bring these all to the 12 o'clock position. We want to reduce the maximum wind to 3 o'clock and then 6 o'clock. Is that what you're saying? Alright, fine. I'll get a timer for this as well to make sure, but I can get a feel for it. Okay, so that guy's crawling up. I need to check back on him real quick. There we go. Yeah. The most it will let you wind it. Yeah, cool. Okay. Anyway. Guys, feel free to get involved in the debate as well. Lucy, you were saying?
I'm saying, I'm going off of gut feeling, and to me it doesn't make sense.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to make sense to you why I think this way. I don't have any factual arguments to back up my claims. I'm just saying that it's mighty weird to me.
I mean, this whole
It
game's
doesn't
weird.
feel right. I know.
This game
doesn't
was
feel
very
right.
weird in a lot of ways because it got
Yeah,
It-
then again,
it-
though, I am biased because I do have like my own story kind of idea, concept, whatever the fuck you want to call it, my own understanding of the story, and in the way that I've constructed it makes sense. But like, I've omitted these factors because they make it not make sense, you know?
Yeah, well, you know what? Let's oh man, I can't remember what I was gonna say. Let's just switch topics, guys, because there's so much we can talk about. I got him right, yeah. Right, I'm gonna be aiming for 3/4 now because I can tell that they're moving faster. So basically, you want to keep the spring locks all wound around the same. Like you want to, do you lose when like the difference between the spring locks is bigger? Like if one spring lock wound down all the way but all the others were full, would I lose? Ethan, you probably know this. You probably like decompiled the game. Give me that sweet info. Okay, now I'm gonna aim for about half because it's starting to pile up. Red lighting. Okay, there's a guy coming up on the left. Keep an eye out. There we go, get rid of him. Okay. God, this sound gives me so much anxiety. If just... Ooh, okay. So even if one spring lock unwinds, it's game over. At what point? Is it when it returns to the 12 o'clock position? Oh, god damn it. So yeah, 3/4 is 3 o'clock, 1/2 is 6 o'clock. Yeah, I'm staying out of the debate. I'm not a lore master. I'm only a gameplay master. I'm not a lore master. I'm just a dude who's got some ideas.
And I just hypothesize
Lucy's
on
definitely
things
got,
like that.
Lucy's definitely... I don't know, who is a lore master? I think MatPat's the only one who can really qualify. No one else really has attempted to dive into FNaF lore that deeply. I love doing FNaF lore, but like, I have never met... Oh shit, you gotta jump over that. Ah, it's too late.
Admittedly, though, MatPat tends to
No, wrong
go a
one.
bit too crazy on things. And make
He's
it
not right
make
all the
sense.
time, but he's by far the most qualified person to make FNaF theories.
I mean, I guess Ducker also has some pretty good ideas.
Oh yeah, Dorko, I guess.
He doesn't have dedicated videos, but
Actually, yeah. What am I talking about? Yeah, Dorko's great on lore. I just forget about it. Who are the lore masters of FNaF, guys? Dorko and MatPat for sure, because Dorko actually reads Fazbear Frights, and like MatPat is keeping up with everything, and he's always like very carefully like constructing his ideas. I think all the others are just completely obscure, unfortunately. I've been to the FNaF Theory Reddit. It's not a great place.
no, no, it's horrible.
I can't think of an. There was a guy called like Nerdbirds or something, but he wasn't very good. Charlie Dixon did a good video, but it was on very like, it was on pretty old lore. It was still fun though. I have no idea. But gameplay masters, you got Dorko, Stuff, Markiplier, you know, Tactics Crew, all the peeps.
To be fair, with like stories like this, where it's super vague and you have to interpret your own thing, I often tend to kind of go, I pretend I do not see this, and that's just that make my idea of it not make sense. So,
Lucie,
I'm not a good...
that's not very good practice. Guys, shall we talk some FNaF lore? I think I could help you guys, because I'm...
Admittedly, though,
Yeah.
to be fair...
I'm going to set a timer this time.
I'm more of a storyteller and a person that fleshes out
So...
pre-existing lore than I am, like, an actual theorist.
2 minutes, 2:30. 2 minutes at 2:30. I got it. I'm just paying attention to Ethan's stuff, so I'm going to set a timer. When does the timer start? When you can, like, start clicking the spring locks? I'm going to use that. Tell me if that's wrong.
I'll open the faceplates.
Yeah, guys, I mean, look, I'm not an expert, I never will be, but I think I've got enough experience to have a fairly deep insight into FNaF. I've been actively, like, digging quite deep into FNaF lore for maybe 2 or 3 years now. I've been doing it since the start, but not to the level I am now.
You don't want them to get too loose. Trust me.
Guys, when do you think sister location's happening in the FNaF timeline? That's a good starter question, because people still disagree on this, which is pretty strange.
Again, what?
Lucie, when do you think sister location happens in the FNaF timeline?
Shortly before FNAF 2.
Right? Like, it's in between FNaF 2 and FNaF 4. So it's mid-80s, 1985, 1986.
Yes.
I've heard some people say it's after FNaF 2, which still works. I've heard some people say it's, like, after FNaF 3, which is bonkers.
What?
I don't understand their mindset there. Like, what? I don't know. What's your reasoning for it?
For me?
For before FNaF 2. Why before FNaF 2?
Cause we get hints in FNAF 2 that, and like we know FNAF 2 happens before FNAF 1.
Yeah.
There's hints in FNAF 2 that like the last night of like all the 7 nights that you play as Michael. And the reason you get fired is body odor, and that's a repeating thing. Strangely enough, but that's the thing that keeps popping up. Like, yeah, it's kind of a running gag, but at the same time, it's like it does make you think. Like, a rotting corpse does fucking stink.
It does, yeah. The fact that Fritz Smith also has odor means that we know that Michael as a zombie is going around in the FNaF 2 location on night 7.
Yeah.
Because
And
he gets fired for the
he
same
also
reasons.
messes with the animatronics, because like it's kind of what he's like probably trying to do. He's
Exactly.
probably trying to find what his dad is up to.
What sister location does, it gives the previous night guards a motive, except for Jeremy, who just got unlucky.
Also,
But it explains all the previous night guards have a motive because they're Michael.
yeah.
Okay,
Also,
go
the
for 2
DLC.
minutes.
In the DLC, you see Michael like going back and forth, like in those cutscenes, right, where he's like slowly
Yeah.
rotting.
Yep.
I feel like that's maybe like him, going to a job, maybe.
Exactly. I mean, that's while Ennard's still
And-
inside him, so it's kind of strange.
Yeah.
I don't know what exactly Ennard is doing, like where they're going, because they do go up and
Yeah.
down the same area. But
I mean,
yeah.
you could say maybe that's from FNAF 1.
Well, no,
but at the
because
same
it's
time, it's
before
like-
Ennard vomits him out. We don't play as Ennard in
Yeah.
like FNaF. Oh god.
Yeah,
That was
there's
close.
also some years of time that where just nothing is happening between FNAF 2 and FNAF 1.
And FNaF 1 and FNaF 3. We never gonna get a like answer to what was happening during
Yeah.
that time jump. Like, dudes. Oh god. Mini rings are getting real close.
Yeah, it is a DLC.
God damn it. We got to 2 minutes 49, boys. That was pretty close.
Yeah. Wasn't the sister location custom night a DLC? It was a DLC, right?
Yes.
Right? It was a DLC.
It was a DLC, yeah. It was not part of the original game.
Yeah.
Tell you, how about you guys explain the entire FNAF? Yeah,
Crew, I believe I have solved the FNAF timeline.
Mr. White, sir, I believe I have solved the FNAF timeline. Jesse, tell me what happens in the FNAF timeline. I love those memes; they're so good.
Yeah.
It all begins in the year 1978.
Open the face
Sorry.
Well, there's also the observation room, the hints that it's connected to FNAF 4, the fact that was happening before that, and also
I'd recommend
the empty girls bedroom in FNAF 4, and also the continued references to like exotics that like have teeth. Because I feel like that probably has to do with some simplification and animatronics. I feel it, but like not in a direct sense, more of like an afterthought maybe. Because like the whole like Elizabeth thing happened, and then the bite of 83 happened, and then Michael is old enough to go down into the sister location, but at the time where the bite of 83 happens, he's still like a teen. So it does have to happen after, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes sense.
Yeah,
The thing
it
is,
fits
yeah.
less in the time at that point.
So, knowing that Michael is Fritz Smith and Mike Schmidt, because he has the odor, because he's a corpse during those games, knowing that FNAF 2 has animatronics that bear similarities to sister location animatronics, as if Fazbear Entertainment, bought the properties to Afton Robotics after its gradual liquidation, title of the menu music. Given that Michael is pretty much just too young to really be in a job during FNAF 4, and some information probably from Fazbear Fright somewhere. I know about Step Closer. I can't think of. No, there are actually Fazbear Fright stories that parallel sister location. I'm thinking it was from Volume 3 or 4. What was it called? Oh, guys, you know the one. You know the one. I can't remember. I also didn't start the timer. Shit. Room for One More. If you think Room for One More, which actually does feature the mini arenas quite heavily, yeah, it all kind of just connects the dots to sister location being after FNAF 4, before FNAF 2. Also after FNAF 4, because of all the FNAF 4 stuff in SL, you've got like the observation decks, which are observing the FNAF 4 building.
The golden Freddy plushie.
Which could be before, but 1983 is the code to access the private room cameras. 1983 is the year in the advert, training tape, whatever that is, Fredbear and Friends in FNAF 4. It's just a very clear connection. If that's not it, I don't know what is. Okay, there's a guy coming up on the side right now. I'm gonna need a wiggle. Get rid of him. Good stuff. Yeah. I'm just trying to focus on the game right now. Oh, I'm such a gamer. I think I get it. I think I've never actually understood it this much before, but like, we just got to keep them all from getting to the 12 o'clock positions. Get rid of you, sir. Oh my god, that's close. Okay. Oh god. Oh shit. I think I get it. I think I get it. Oh man. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. They're all really close. Oh no, I'm gonna wiggle and it's gonna game end.
Yeah, but even when a DLC doesn't cost anything, it's still a DLC because it doesn't come with the original content.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Cause like DLC doesn't wait. What does
Free
DLC stand for again? Downloadable content.
Downloadable content, yeah. Free content, same thing.
Yeah, downloadable content. It is a DLC.
Open the face
No way.
By definition.
Let me do the timer again. Apparently I died literally as the night ended,
now
which is pretty dumb. And also I got a not break pattern.
is wait.
Instead of going all along the sides, I'm gonna go
Recommend
right.
that
Hold on.
you keep the
Okay, there we go.
spring locks wound
Right,
up.
so I'm keeping a timer this time, so
Your
I can
breathing
actually
and
keep an eye
heartbeat are
on, like,
causing them
you know,
to come
what
loose. You
what
don't
time it
want
is. I need
them
more
to get
room for
too
my hand here.
loose. Trust
Here we
me.
go. Now we can keep an eye on both sides, nice and easy. So you got a pair on the top, a pair in the middle, and then one on the bottom, and then one of those for each side. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 10 spring locks. I see you. Whoa. Get out of here. Okay. Whew, this is actually really tough. I thought like the other nights were easy compared to this. I can't believe how well I did on night 3. That felt really lucky, because night 2 was actually more difficult. I see you. there, you little shit. Get out of here.
Oh, by the way, Matt, I was being a little silly and misunderstood my mom. Because, like, you know, also how I said earlier, like, in half an hour, I probably gotta go.
Yeah.
It was not half an hour, it was an hour and a half.
Buddy.
I have to go.
Buddy chum,
by,
fellow
like,
chum,
6:30.
buddy chum. Lucy, honey,
Yes?
you're silly, goof. Like me. But you're
No,
my
you're a
goof.
dummy.
I'm dummy. You're dummy with an IE.
I thought we talked about these definitions.
No, Lucy, you are whatever I dictate you to be, in my own personal opinion.
What?
Don't call me anything else. It's offensive. It gets on my nerves. What was the meme I shared on the Hydration Nation? Point of personal, what was it, prejudice or something? It wasn't prejudice, it was a word. Point of personal, I can't remember. Doesn't matter.
I have no idea.
Yeah, no, it was a meeting with the so-called Social Democrats of the USA in 2019. It was a bunch of middle-class bourgeoisie, you know, role-playing communism. It was the silliest thing I've ever seen.
I admittedly didn't watch it because I knew it would probably just make me cringe.
It's so cringe. It's like you've got this big open audience and all these people just like speaking out of turn to interrupt with the stupidest thing. Someone's like, hi, his name here, and then they say their pronouns out loud, like some people put in their Twitter bios. It's like, he, him, what was it? They said like, oh god, they're all breaking. It was like, point of personal, like, prejudice. Guys, could you not clap? It affects, I am affected by sensory overload. And see, I knew you'd laugh at this as someone sensory. It's like, it's offensive to my ears. Could you all just raise your hands? And then someone's like, point of personal prejudice, don't use the word guys, it's a gendered term. And it's like, damn, they can't
Some of that is I do understand some of these things. Like, when you I struggle with sensory overload, and I fucking hate it when people are just being noisy and interrupting me. But it's like, I don't know, it's like, I kind of get it, but on the other hand, it's like, yeah, some of it is excessive. But also, like, I tell people I'm sensory overload prone. Because I, like, actually have, like, sobbing fits, full-on sobbing fits when I, like, experience intense sensory overload. And I'd rather not.
Yeah.
And if people are making noise, like, I had, like, a colleague, like, keep making, like, a squeaky noise with a pen. With a ball pen, but it was very high-pitched and very loud, and every single time I flinched, and I ended up having, like, kind of a meltdown about it, because it kept, like, overloading me so bad with stress. And I ended up having to tell him that, like, please don't fucking do that. It literally affects my mental health. Please don't do that. And it was only after I, like, actually lashed out at him that he actually stopped, because before that he just rolled his eyes and kept doing it.
Yeah, but Lucy, we're talking about a crowd applauding or just murmuring and whispering. These were a bunch of, like, you know,
again,
millennial
like I said,
snowflakes.
Some of the aspects I kind of understand, but not to this extreme.
Yeah, but
still, it's just making people like me look really bad, and that's what I hate about it. That's why I didn't watch that.
And the thing is,
I knew that was gonna be.
Even if it does upset you, it's not about you. People with common sense and common respect for the collective, which is, you know, what socialism's all about, is it not? Will respect that their individual needs are less important, even if, you know, murmuring, whispering is going to trigger their sensory overload. In which case, why not just leave or just watch it online, man? There's so many ways around that. But yeah, it's absolutely true. Sensory overload, these kind of things are a real issue. I've learned a lot about it from Lucie, guys. Lucie's got, like, is it connected to your ADHD or is it something else?
It's ADHD.
It is ADHD, wow.
It could also be an autism thing, but you know.
Maybe. Lucie thinks she might have, like, mild autism, guys, because, like, some of the symptoms are similar. The thing is, ADHD is actually surprisingly common.
It's very difficult to discern which symptoms are what. And so many times people get misdiagnosed, especially young women, because they tend to be put off as like, oh, you just have anxiety and depression, and then don't get actually diagnosed with the proper thing for years because they just aren't believed.
Anyways, I've gotten really close, like, every single time, according to Ethan. I'm just, like, he said to let the last one actually crawl up, because the 6 AM will arrive, or, like, the time will stop before they can even get you, so you don't need to wiggle. Let's get rid of you. Alright, we're in the kind of third quarter right now, going up to half-mast. Half-mast? What am I saying? You know what I mean. Oh boy! This is pretty intense. I have no idea what the timer is, but apparently it's actually less than 3 minutes, and it's just it's a matter of seconds, guys. I'm almost there. It's just that last part that's like really difficult. Okay, I need to keep an eye on this guy. See you approaching. Get out of here. Oh god. Okay, they're entering the red. We just need to keep the red off. It starts flashing when they get halfway, I believe. Great time for someone else to start crawling up. Oops, I'm not switching sides. Fuck. This is bad. Oh yeah, you're getting way too high, sir. I don't know how much time is left. But it's probably not a lot. I'm gonna let the next one just go up and hope that I get the shift complete. Ethan said the one on the left. Can it also be the one on the right? Fuck! I tried. We're almost there. I need to remember to do the timer. Platty's autistic? I did not know this.
Yeah, sometimes it's not very obvious.
No. I mean, no, it doesn't always have to be. Like, there's a stereotype, like there is for everything, but no,
Yeah,
I mean...
it is different for every person.
But yeah, like, mental health disorders rise up. They're really common, guys. Like, I think there's more people with something than without, actually, because I've met so many people.
Most just ignore it or pretend it isn't
That way they can find
You know what, Lucie?
But also,
Yeah.
Now,
but also people with those like issues have just been a lot louder in recent years, and there's been more research. It is more common than originally thought, but it's still, because the majority is still, you know, functioning normally, I guess.
You gotta love science and medicine. The thing is, I don't have, like, the stomach for biology, but, like, massive respect to scientists who are out here, like, researching more about this, you know, not just physical, but also mental issues and like, just, like, all kinds of, like, illnesses that weren't really understood. I mean, let's be real here, being homosexual was regarded as a disease less than 100 years ago, so...
It was also regarded as a mental illness for a while.
We've come a long way in a short period of time.
Some pretty aggressive therapy means of trying to change that, and it's sadly still legal in some states and countries.
What, in the USA? Of course it is. God damn.
But also other, like, very conservative, very, like, religious countries, so...
I mean, yeah, we can get into a whole debate about this, guys. But yeah, I mean, this was a bit of a revelation to me as well, but, like, having different sexual orientations is actually natural. It's not, like, a man-made thing at all, because it happens with animals as well. There are, like, lesbian ostriches and all kinds out there. It's fascinating. And, I mean, seahorses are a bit of a wild card because their actual biology is different as well. We're not talking about gender, because apparently that's a social construct, and, you know, the new definitions dictate it's a purely man-made thing. Okay.
Gender by itself, like, the references, that is a social construct. Like, you can have a penis, and you can have a vagina, but, like, the fact that we give that, like, a specific subset of characteristics that we expect of the people this applies to, like, just that biological factor, is kind of insane, and that's gender, you know?
Yeah.
The social construct around it. The whole, like, women have to wear skirts, and the women have to, like, be this and be that, and have children and whatever the fuck. That's gender, that's social construct.
See, gender used to be interchangeable with sex. This is why language is one of the most important things, because how we express, you know, facts and feelings is paramount to our existence. And, you know, it's really good to see the distinction being made, because, like, 3 years ago, like, if you told me about gender, I would have assumed you were meaning sex, because, like, in my head they were the same thing. That was what I was taught at school. But it all changed. I don't want to say in 2018, but since that time, I don't know, man. There's been, like, a revolution with the queer folk, you know, the LGBTQ. Is queer still, like, a slur? I can't remember. They keep changing what isn't offensive.
The thing is, some people consider it a slur, but most people, like, it's just an umbrella term. Yeah, and it's much easier to say that LGBTQ every single time, especially because Q means queer. And queer is just a nice umbrella term to refer to as, like, not cishet.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Because it's a mouthful. But what are you guys saying? Ethan's been timing as well every time. It was, yes, 2 minutes 46, yes. I have a thing called Elhaz Danlos. It comes with weak bones, digestive systems, also a bunch of other things, as well as my back. Yes, so Platty had scoliosis. I'm glad you got that fixed, dude. Real happy for you, because that was rough. Like, we thought there was a chance Platty was gonna die. It was, I mean...
I'm glad it went well.
I didn't think about it too hard, because, like, I didn't want to, but... No.
That way they can find you on the cameras.
Like, damn, like, scoliosis actually scares me, because as someone who sometimes gets back pains, it's like, imagine Like, it actually being actually just,
recommend that
ooh,
you keep the spring
Imagine that
locks
fixed up.
wound up.
probably wasn't
Your
cheap either,
breathing
considering
and
you're in
your heartbeat
America.
are causing them to come loose.
Yeah.
You don't want them to get too
That
Mini
makes just in
Arena
general
3?
the absolute
Trust
worst.
I don't know, Duncan. Mini arenas are weird. Mini arenas are just one of those. Like, guys, what happened to the mini arenas and the biddy bams after Sister Location? Because we never see or hear of them again. Pretty
Honestly,
weird,
I
right?
don't know.
I would just, yeah.
That's one of those things where I'm like, I pretend I do not see it. You know?
I mean, I don't think it's a complicated answer. I think it's simple enough that you can pretty much assume they were a part of Molten Freddy / Ennard.
Yeah.
Because just because they didn't have individual security tags doesn't mean. I mean, Ballora is always seen with the mini arenas, and the biddy babs, like the mini arenas are like always with Ballora, and the biddy babs are always with Baby in like the posters and the teasers and stuff. It's like, you know, they have like their minions. I mean, Ballora's a mother figure. Come on. So yeah, it's you can kind of see they're pretty. I think they would share the security tag, is what I'm saying. Okay, this guy's coming up. Oh, we got hostiles on both sides. Get out of here. Okay. What is it?
Shenanigans on the necklace. You don't want to know?
I don't think I do. No.
Good.
Lucie, honey, buddy, chum,
Yes.
pal of mine, friend. What do you want about? What do you want, mate?
Stuff.
Hey, Lucie, do I need to expose your DMs again?
No.
Guys, remember 20 likes. I'm checking. 5 likes. I forgot to do the timer again. Oh, that's so annoying. I keep forgetting to do the timer. Ethan's telling me anyways that why is that one so low? That's weird. Oh my god, they're all winding down. I'm trying to keep them all like the same. Get out of here. And now the red lights are here. Wonderful. Absolutely down. Oh my god.
See ya, Ethan.
Guys, what am I supposed to do, man? How close was that? Alright. See you, Ethan. Have a good one. Thanks for the tips. Really appreciate it. Yeah, no. The two mini... It's just the lighting, Duncan. The mini arenas and the mini arenas are all the same. I don't know how many there are, because there were 4, like, on the stage. But in this minigame, there's, like, hundreds. They just keep coming. It's really weird.
Or did they scroll back out and then crawl back in?
Right? I imagine they're just looping. I don't think you can get more than 5 on screen at any given time. So I wouldn't be surprised if there were just, like, maybe 6 or 8 in total. But, like, yeah, it's pretty freaky. God, this night is tough. Guys, I know this is probably going to get boring. Oh my god, we've been going for over an hour already? Oh no, I was going to do night 5 in the ending today. I don't think there's going to be time. Guys, this is the hardest night, so I might be stopping it a while. We are going to get it, though.
Your breathing and your
Watch it
heartbeat
just
are
win.
causing them to come loose.
Watch this be the try.
You don't want them
You
to
have to
get
clip
too
it.
loose. Trust me.
Yeah, so we basically want to keep them all the same. So you can actually target springlets that are wound down lower. Like this one I can pretty much ignore. But like this one needs winding ASAP. To keep up with like the mean like average. So you could actually just like flick your mouse over them like this. That might actually be more effective. I'm not sure. Get out of here. Okay. Yeah, right now we want to just keep all of these nice and tight. Here's a lore question, guys. Who do you think the Springlock suit is? Like, what's the Springlock suit got to do with anything? Does anyone think they have a theory? Because I've got one.
I think the likeliest would probably maybe be something like Funtime Chica.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. It is Funtime Chica, 100%. Like, it's not confirmed, but, like, it's like saying Mangle, you know, is the perpetrator behind the bite of 87. It's basically fact at this point. The face shape, the appearance of Chica in Pizza Sim without appearing here, presumably, apparently. The, is there a set pattern to these mini arenas? I think that actually, I thought it was randomized. I think there's actually a set pattern. Because there always seem to be 2 that appear at a certain point in the night at the same time. I thought it was randomized. I think there's a set pattern. Ethan will confirm this when he gets back. But yeah, but the fact that it's a Springlock suit, the fact that, again, why isn't there a Chica in this game? This was like something that MatPat talked about a lot when it released. And also just the, it just kind of fits, right? It's just one of those things that fits logically. But also, the source code of Scott Games at the time mentioned something called Chica's Party World. We know that this is a rental by this time. There isn't a pizzeria where these animatronics are performing. They're being rented out to different locations for parties. And there was also like a timetable in the source code that like showed like who was going where, and it lines up with like the nights where we have to repair the animatronics, because like Funtime Freddy goes out on day 2 and he comes back on like night 3. But the Chica's Party World might have actually been like a semi-established thing, like a regular thing that was shut down, which is why Chica's out of service, because there was a 5th animatronic labeled as OOS in the source code. It's all coming back to me now, but there's an out-of-service animatronic in the timetable that isn't any of the characters that we know. It's not Ennard, because Ennard isn't a real animatronic. It's not Baby, Ballora, Freddy, or Foxy, so... God damn it. I think that is the spring locks going off, guys, because I'm definitely getting these guys crawling up the sides before they catch me. So I need to lean more into winding the spring locks. I need to lean less into wiggling. I need to wiggle less.
Also, Platy, Mango was 87, 83 was Fredbear.
Yeah. Big misconception because of Markiplier, but yeah, that's a complete separate
I'll
thing.
open the faceplates for you. That way they can find
Anyway,
you
so
on the
Ethan said
cameras.
replayability was the worst thing in this game. Nick says,
have to do
the Funtime Foxy
is
room, please
wait.
elaborate, otherwise you're gonna lose, because like, Ethan
I'd
spent paragraphs
recommend
arguing
that
about
you
this. I
keep
need
the
more info.
spring locks wound up.
I'm gonna let the mini arena catch me, guys, because I'm probably wiggling too much or
You
too
don't
early. I
want
need to
them
see
to
like how
get
far
too
up it
loose.
goes. If I could
Trust me.
stop being scared by the jump scare as well, that'd be great, because then I can come into this completely fearless. So then like it won't be as annoying, because when the thing that really puts me off the harder FNaF modes is getting jump scared. It's sensory overload in some of the worst cases, but on a more basic level it's just scary, and I don't like scaring myself, and I want to avoid that. And it's thrilling, but it's like, let me just see how high up this guy goes. What's the limit? Wow, okay, they actually go pretty high. Okay, Scott, you didn't work hard enough on immersing me in this game. While that jump scare was playing, I could still see the mini arena climb me up, which means if it's not a second one, that's just the mini arena is just existing in 2 places at the same time. Ah, Scott, why? I mean, whatever. But like, it almost completely disappears. I think I'm gonna use the face as a guide. It's basically as soon as the face is out of view, it gets you. So when the face is still like it's past that part of the mask, but it's
open
not
the
out of like the top
faceplates for
rim
you.
of the eye hole, I think that's when I'm gonna
That
wiggle.
way they can find you on the cameras.
Because if I keep doing it too
Now
early,
all
maybe it's
you
making me
have
wiggle
to
more
do
than I should.
is wait. I
Um,
recommend that you keep the spring locks wound up.
Honestly, Livy, at this rate, he
Your
will. Like,
breathing and
Ethan's
your
invited
heartbeat
me.
are causing them to
Like
come
I think he
loose.
said before, if we meet IRL, he's
You
gonna
don't
like
want them to get
play
too
FNaF for me.
loose. Trust me.
It would be pretty amazing to see him in action in person, because the guy has incredibly quick reflexes. Like, judging by his footage, I can imagine his fingers just like, you know, flying. Anyway, guys, we've talked a lot about lore. Let's move on to another topic and come back to lore later. So, Lucy, we were talking about FNaF, like, fan songs, like, fan works, and,
Really?
you actually don't know that many.
Yeah, the thing with me and fan content is a lot of the times like I'm very picky about the content I consume. Like if I have an understanding of the story in one way, and like with FNaF it's very very vague, so a lot of people have very different conceptions of it, and very different ways of approaching the topic and of approaching the themes of the characters. And a lot of the time I just don't like it.
You don't like
so
it? Is that
yeah.
not the charm of FNaF, though? The fact that it's so open to interpretation? That
It
you
is.
can, you know,
I don't know. I end up, you know, in my head disagreeing more than I am looking at ways that I can enjoy this. And like that's just a weird me thing, and it sounds contradictory, but like I just don't go looking for content because I don't feel like looking at
You
content.
are
I like
opinionated,
thinking.
I will say
I
that.
like thinking about content. I like making content, but I don't particularly enjoy consuming other people's content. Oftentimes also because I'm just not very interested in the stories they have to tell.
That's sad, because you're usually so open-minded. Like,
I am! No, the thing is, right, it's just a personal preference that I'm not consuming this content. I appreciate it being there. It's just not something I enjoy, personally.
oh, okay. Well, we want to talk about fan songs, so...
Yeah, I barely listen to any.
It's been a long time. I don't listen to many as well, at least only when I'm like on shuffle on the FNaF playlist on my Spotify generally, because I don't listen to songs about a video game that came out years ago. I've got a specific yearning for it. I was listening to Alive by Aviators before the last stream specifically because that song gave me so much nostalgia. And that was like, in my mind, that was just like, yeah, this is the one that I want to play, you know, on the stream. This is like the one.
Yeah.
But yeah, thinking about nostalgia, guys, like, what did you guys like to listen to back in the day, and perhaps even still listen to? Because there are a lot of artists on YouTube that I've discovered via Five Nights at Freddy's, and I've listened to songs both Five Nights at Freddy's and about other games, and like original songs, and oh my god, I'm gonna die. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, guys. I'm gonna try just wiggling twice rather than 3 times. But the, excuse me, I need a tissue. There we go. Fan songs, right? There were some people who jumped the gun and released some Sister Location songs before the game came out.
Yeah.
So it was really, I can't imagine how they did that, because it must have been really difficult. There were 2 routes that I really noticed with it. There was the Try Hard Ninja route, where they made it so vague and so applicable to the previous games, and based on teasers and whatnot, that it kind of fits on a very surface level. Which is what he did.
Nate want to release it after?
Sorry, what was that?
Did Nate want to battle? Nate wants to battle, like, he also likes to do FNaF fan songs. But, like, I'm not sure right now if his Sister Location one...
It was after. It was after.
Okay.
All the people who did a song before also released ones after. They were like the real FNAFers. So, Try Hard Ninja, right? He did Welcome Back, which had like the Michael Jackson sounding like vocals. And that one was pretty cool. It was actually really, like, Peter Litvin, the guy who does the instrumentals and the actual composition rather than the lyric writing. He's the real genius behind Try Hard Ninja rather than Eagle. Although Eagle's very talented, love him. I think he did a great job with all the songs. They all sound like bangers. But the one that was released after the game came out, Circus of the Dead, was more specific and more coherent with its, like, lyrics, obviously, because it was after the game came out. And I think both of them, it's really interesting how similar they both are and how consistent they are, despite the fact they're about a game at 2 very different points in time. But, like, again, a lot of Tried Ninja songs are very, like, vague and, like, obviously you can tell it's about FNAF because they use some specifics like that, but he keeps it vague, so, like, often you listen to a song about FNAF 2 and it could be applied to any of the other games if it wasn't for, like, the mention of the game mechanics or something. And there's also, like, DA Games. DA Games on the other route, and with his Sister Location songs, he did, I can't remember what it's called. He did a song one before and one after. And they're both kind of hard to follow, to be honest. I didn't ever really understand the lyrics to either of them, because there were loads of things that he talked about that were mentioned in, like, the one before especially, that had, like, no clear bearing on the game. And it's like, you can tell he's trying to base it off that, but it's really just a vibe, and it's like he's telling his own, almost, I guess, AU story. You know, it's like when he references the Jester and the King, like, who is he referring to? There's no Jester in Sister Location. There's no King. Like, it's clearly a metaphor for something, but I don't know. And Unfixable was a banger. That one was even better, in my opinion, just based on the instrumental. He actually composed everything himself. Will of Ryan, amazingly talented guy. Heart of an artist, just... But, that one was more specifically about the experience of the animatronics in the bunker, and it made sense. It was like, ah, yeah, they're unfixable. You know, they always try to put us back, but it never works. Oh my god, that was close. Everything's fine. But yeah, with most of the others, people just wait until after the game is out, obviously. I thought it was a bit silly that people were making songs before the game came out. When I saw, like, Welcome Back notifications, I thought this is just going to be, like, a really just random FNAF song to sell to kids, which it kind of was, I guess, but...
Oh, I just remembered a couple of songs that I used to listen to. So, not sure if you know about that one, but, like, CK9C. Did a couple of Sister Location ones.
I remember CK9C, garbage. And I know that's
I
like the
think
one artist
they're
I know
okay.
that I don't like.
The thing is, right? I like the concepts of the songs. They just sound very. They're not very cohesive. There's no like repeats. It's just like an ongoing string of a melody that keeps changing.
Yeah, it's like rap without any rhythm. It is just
Yeah.
monotonous and repetitive.
I have to say though, I have to come out here and like kind of expose myself a little bit. You already know this, but I don't like Troy Hat Ninja. I do not like his music.
That's fine. That's valid. That's nothing to do with this. We're talking about CK9C.
No, but like he also did like Sister Location songs, and you talked about a couple, and I'm like, I can't say anything because like what I would say would probably be bad, but I also haven't listened to those specifically anyway, so.
So that's fine. Lucie, you can like rag on him all you want. I don't care. It's just music. I was about to rag on CK9C because like I've listened to like 3 of his songs. CK9C, instead of doing what everyone else was doing, making 1 or 2 songs per game, and really concentrating a good amount of harmony and melody, they made about 10 songs on Sister Location while there were newer games releasing, about the same things over and over, with the same dull, monotonous excuses for melodies, and just the kind of like the worst kind of what, you know, passes for R&B in the modern age. And also, it wasn't helped by the fact that there was some particularly spicy source filmmaker animations with that song, which were just... Holy shit! That's not okay! I mean, it wasn't explicit, but like that, I don't like what this suggests. This feels suggestive, and that's not what... Like, damn. I know Sister Location's got some weird moments, but not like that.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
And another FNaF that I used to listen to, well, not fan artists necessarily. I do like Nate Wants to Battle. I like his songs,
He's good,
but they
I
all
love
tend to sound very samey.
They do, because he does like heavy metal. It's
He does a very specific style. And I don't know. I feel like the way it's instrumentalized swallows up the actual melody a little bit. So they all kind of sound the same.
Yeah. A lot of them don't, like, are just so intense they don't really have a clear melody, and I don't listen to those. Yeah. Like, a lot of his FNaF 4 songs were just kind of like, eh. And the Sister Location one, I wish Jacksepticeye was in it more. That was a cool little thing. But
right, that one was really good. That one was really memorable. I do like that one.
Yeah, I think a lot of the best ones really are the mellow ones. I think the one he did for Pizza Sim, the one he did for FNaF 1, where, like, from the Night Guard's perspective, that was a really powerful song. What was it called? No More? Man. And also the one about FNaF 3, I think. I can't remember, but it's like from the perspective of the Lost dude. Good stuff.
One that I also used to listen to, but I'm kind of like cringing at now, is Mendo Pony. Like his music was good, but but he was exposed to be a groomer on Twitter, and like, oh boy,
Manda Pony was a groomer.
Apparently, and it was like
what?
Yikes.
I thought it was going to be something related to the fact he's a furry, because Mandu Pony has some interesting connotations.
Dude, no, he was a brony. He was a brony. Like, he was full on, like, My Little Pony songs in the past.
He's a... Oh my god.
That's where the pony part comes from.
He's a groomer? I had no idea.
Yeah. There was some exposing stuff going on Twitter
shit.
Like, a year or two back.
I'm kind of...
I was like, oh boy.
People have always been telling me how good Manda Pony songs are. I'm kind of glad I never got into it now, because I never liked his stuff.
Good. That's the shame about it. The songs are so fucking good.
Some of them, they're okay. They're passable. I think they're overrated.
I love Balloons. The Show Must Go On. I liked,
I think he did like 1 or 2 songs I actually listened to more than once. Which would probably
I had a bunch downloaded. There's also a song that's not really, I guess, a fan song. It's more like based on. Okay, so I think I have to give some context. So there's an artist on DeviantArt who did some redesigns of the FNaF animatronics, and they got really popular. Drawkill is the artist. The designs got really popular, and somebody then later remixed. I think it was a sound clip from Borderlands. And remix that into a song that ended up being called the Drawkill song.
Right.
But it's good. And that's one of those things I associate with FNaF songs.
Yeah. Leon, let's just talk about all the different artists here, because we are missing a few of the big players. Who here listens to CG5 or JT Music?
Occasionally.
Really? Nice! JT Music has some of the best rap music I've ever
I did
heard.
listen to Join Us for a Bite, and that one fucking slaps.
That was a good song. What was
such a
the
good
vocalist name? Andrea
I don't
something?
remember. I don't remember.
She's got a beautiful voice.
But
I
it was
love
really
listening
good.
to her. She did a collab with
It
Tribe
sounded
Ninja
so
as well, I think.
professional. That was what blew me away. The vocals and everything. It sounded so fucking professional. That
Yeah.
that song could have run on the radio.
I can't remember her name, but yeah, she's really good. Like, it sounded like something that would be on the radio, but not in like a bad, generic,
Yeah, it's like the
sex
kind of
AM,
thing you
whatever
like
it's
you
called
would
way.
pop the fuck out to in the car, you know?
Well, yeah. That one was very popular. That one's actually had a meme presence. It's been that popular. And, Andrea Storm Caden, I think that was her name. Yeah, she like, in my head, she's kind of the voice of Circus Baby whenever I listen to FNaF songs now.
Right?
Because she's that good.
It's
And
perfect.
yeah, I think JT Music, JT Machinima as they once were, are just generally really good. They've done some
they make
amazing
good music.
collabs. I love the lyrics. They're really good writers.
Yeah, definitely.
We should probably also mention the Stupendium and Dan Bull. I don't listen to them as much, but like they are all brilliant in their own ways. And even the Stupendium's done a few FNAF songs. He was reluctant at first because after UCN, a lot of people like Super Horror Mike as well. They thought it was too late to join the FNAF fandom. Not at all, mate. FNAF is just getting started. It's been around for a while, and they're both now producing FNAF content. SHB's doing regular FNAF content, which is really cool to see. It's like for new fans, introduction to the characters. Because in doing the research himself, he's learning, and it's really cool to see.
Hell yeah. Honestly, I wish more people would do.
Yeah,
Yep.
sorry, you go on.
Sorry. Honestly, wish more people would do, like, you know, instead of just playing through the games, they would also look at the lore. Because I see so many people. Hello?
I'll open the faceplates for you.
Hello?
That way they can find you on the cameras. Now all you have to do is wait. I'd recommend that you keep the spring locks wound up. Your breathing and your heartbeat are causing them to come loose. You don't want them to
Hello.
get too loose. Trust me.
Is it working?
It works fine on my end now.
Oh, guys, really sorry. I'm currently running the connection to the stream from a data hotspot on my phone, and my phone battery died. I didn't even notice it was low. I thought it was on like 40%.
Oh no!
But all of a sudden, I just saw the screen just go black, and then we completely lost everything. So sorry, Lucie, you're gonna have to repeat what you were saying because I went AFK to fix it up. You were just talking about how people don't delve into the lore enough. Lots of people play the games, but they don't look at the lore.
Yeah, like,
Are we
that's
back?
kind
We're
of
good. I'm
bothers
gonna have to
me.
reach out for
You-
here.
yeah, so
My mouse
something I
is
loved
shit.
about Markiplier's playthrough was when he was still, like, super enthusiastic about the lore.
Well,
and then, like,
in the early days.
Yeah, again, like, back
to
then,
exit the game,
you know,
guys.
like, around 3. Every time there was, like, a little lore hint, he would be like, yo, hold on! Like, I love seeing that, you know, the like, because, like, for me, what made FNAF so enjoyable to me, because I'm not a fan of horror, at all.
Yeah.
I don't do well with that.
Scott never made horror games
was literally
before
in it for
FNAF.
the lore.
Either. Yeah.
And, like, one of the best parts of FNAF for me was the like, gradually...
The FNAF world really drifted out of it. Like, a lot of these people didn't even cover FNAF world. They just completely ignored its existence, which is really sad. Dorko, and this is why Dorko and 8-Bit Ryan and Bazamalam are, like, the OGs. And Razbowski as well. Even Fusion Z, even though his YouTube channel kind of sucks. Lazy editing, and I guess Will Ryan DA Games, although I'm pretty sure he doesn't like FNAF that much anymore. I remember him trying to distance himself from it somehow. I can't remember. He was getting mad at the FNAF fandom, wasn't he? But a lot of the others, Dorko especially, They've stuck with the whole thing, and it's really it makes me really happy that Dorko, you know, it started with FNAF 2, and he's never let go since. And he's like, he's been loyal because he really has immersed himself in this and enjoyed it. And, you know, Scott's genuinely done good stuff, and there are a place for enthusiastic fans like him who appreciate everything. You know, the original FNAF games, the Steel Wool stuff, the Fazbear Frights, the novels. Even though I think he's probably just really polite, and it comes across as him not having any sense of kind of, you know, opinion or quality control. She's just being nice. Like, he's just a legend for sticking with it and trying to actually unpack the lore. Matt Pat as well, who like has done like 100 like, this is my final theory, guys. Like 100 times, like.
Or you just couldn't let it go. The curiosity.
And he's always played the games. He actively looks for the lore rather than even paying attention to the game. It's kind of too much the other way. I've never seen anyone else like it. But yeah, I agree. I think the charm of the FNAF games isn't really them as games. As video games, they are actually incredibly flawed, every single one of them, except for maybe the ones after Sister Location. The ones Sister Location before are pretty flawed. They get much better after that, but like the story is really where it's at. The story is really the gripping thing, the thing that's really kept us with this thing more than anything else, because the fact that there are unsolved mysteries still to be debated over is what has kept this series alive. It is that intrigue, that mystery, that kind of what if. Because it keeps discussion about the game going, no matter what. My only criticism to that is that some mysteries need to die after a few years so that we can just focus on the new ones, because, you know...
Scott, we still don't understand anything about FNAF 4 or Midnight Motorist. Could we just explain those so we can talk about Security Breach more? Like, goddamn.
I've tried so hard.
I'm so tired of those old mysteries. Let's have some new ones, please.
Yeah.
That's also, by the way, why I think that Security Breach, it has to be another timeline. There's no way they can keep milking this timeline more and more and like add to stuff when the lore's this dense. They have to start new.
There's also,
at least, get something engaging going. And I'm looking forward to it.
There's also tons of unsolved mysteries from the first 3 games especially that are completely inconsequential and meaningless to the grander story, but are fun to speculate on. You know, I wouldn't mind going back to a time of FNAF, an era of FNAF where the big questions are really resolved and the big questions are really on the next game. And in the meantime, we're discussing things like, okay, but why is Foxy out of order? You know, why don't touch Freddy specifically? You know, things like, you know, why does Toy Chica remove her beak? You know, where did Balloon Boy come from? All these fun little side things that don't really matter in the big scheme, but like, you know, even stuff that isn't like tied into the game story, but just grounded in reality. You know, where in the world is the FNAF 2 location? Is it also in Utah, not necessarily Hurricane, or is it in like Nevada, Colorado? You know, is it like, you know, and like, you know, what year is everything happening? Because the year FNAF 1 happens, if it wasn't for that scrapped Faz fact that said 1993 from FNAF AR, I would actually say that year is still an assumption. There is still one underlying assumption about the year that FNAF 1 takes place in. I'm not saying FNAF 1 doesn't happen in 1991, 1993, I think it does. I think Matt Pat's analysis was on point. But there's one assumption in that analysis, and it's that Fazbear Entertainment pays the legal minimum wage, which, let's face it, I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't.
Yeah.
I really wouldn't be surprised, especially at that point in time when they're practically unknown. Who are the Shadows? I literally left a YouTube comment on a video about that today. One of those fun little mysteries. And we've actually got an answer. There is actually an empirical, almost like fully fledged answer about that now, thanks to Fazbear Frights. If you go to Volume 6, you read Story 3, Hide and Seek, it's becoming pretty clear. Especially, weirdly enough, FNAF AR actually does have info to help us solve this, because in that first update, the first release when it was actually good, we get Shadow Bonnie in the game. Yeah. Anyway, interesting, DJ, interesting. Was that the bite of 87?
By the way, quick information.
Duncan,
I need to go in 10 minutes.
Alright.
You know.
Just want to say to Duncan, I completely understand that. FNAF's not for everybody, and not always. You know, eventually we're going to come and go from the fandom. There have been long periods where I've been very inactive with FNAF, and periods where I'm going to come back and be very active. Right now, I'm really in an inactive period. We're going to come into an active period after Security Breach, I expect. And, you know, it's not going to be the same again, but, you know, that's okay. You know, if you don't like FNAF anymore, that's fine. You can leave. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You're entitled to that. I mean, from some people's point of view, the games have got worse. From others, they've got better. Some people only are interested in Help Wanted and Security Breach. You know, we've got new fans from, like, the console, you know, places. And lastly in chat, Platty's reposting thoughts on furries because I used to do FNaF RPs as the animatronics. I thought looking back, I thought it was a furry. I guess I don't really have any opinions on furries. I have nothing to say about that. Sorry.
Personally, I feel like they get too much shit.
What do you mean, Lucy?
Like people like to shit on fairies a lot, even though personally I don't think they really deserve it. Like, yeah, there's the weird horny ones, but like they stay within their communities, and honestly, they're some of the best paying fucking commissioners you can find in the world. They're willing to pay thousands for a piece of art.
That actually just makes me cringe at them more, to be honest. The fact that they're paying thousands
the thing
for
is,
art.
it's great for us artists.
I mean, it depends. I need to see the art because some art is worth millions. Art as a whole is just kind of
The thing is, they're just generally like pretty generous people. They also tend to work pretty high ranking jobs. Like I've seen like freaking like law accountants be furries. And like high class scientists be furries. It's pretty interesting. And most of them are like honestly super duper nice. They're super like welcoming and sweet and kind. And like a lot of them are kids. You know, a lot of them are just kids having fun. Because anthropomorphic animals are fun to draw. They're fun to make characters
definition of furry? Because I can't quite remember what specifically
furry
is the criteria.
is basically a community of people who are into anthropomorphic animals. Be it drawing them, like dressing up as them, making costumes to make yourself look like an anthropomorphic animal. It can all count. You don't need to have like a fursuit to count as a furry if you just like looking at images of furries, or if you just like drawing them. It can be anything, but really it's just like...
Oh, yeah, I remember now. It's been years. Yeah, that's literally all the furries are a really broad definition. There's a lot of different types of furries.
Yeah,
guys,
and a lot of them are just kids having fun.
Yeah, guys, if you are bullying furries because they're furries, just take a minute to think about this.
Yeah. Like, you're allowed to find it weird, by the way. Like, you're allowed to find it weird, you're allowed that this is not your thing, and you're allowed to dislike it. But do not fucking bully anyone for being into it.
It's just uncalled for, and it's like, there's so many better things you could bully people for. Like, why would you pick the furry aspect? There's so many other things you could bully people for, but I'll talk about that
personally,
I'll do a bullying tutorial later, guys.
Just saying, the only thing you should bully a person for is being an absolute asshole.
Yeah, anyway, but the,
Not anyway. I've been bullied for all kinds of shit. I do not tolerate that stuff unless it's actually, you know, to rein that person in because they've been an asshole.
I was just gonna say, like, the thing is, furry is one of those labels, that you can filter people by. It's like one of those traits people may have in common, like blue eyes, you know, brown hair, being gay, you know, being a fan of Five Nights at Freddy's, and it's like, they're not really, even if they are like a strictly speaking community, they're still not necessarily tight-knit because they're so vast, and you should really be judging people on individual traits. Being a furry isn't inherently good or bad, it's just being a furry. That comes with so many different possible, I guess, interests or personalities, because, like, yeah, like you said, some furries are furries because they like drawing furry art. Some people are really into the cosplay kind of thing, and they're not really like the art thing, or vice versa, you know?
Yeah.
Weird horny ones, yes, they exist, obviously, but, you know...
that's in every online subculture.
That's, yeah,
I mean every single one.
And and they're few and far between. They are a minority. I've actually looked at this. The statistics for furries with actual costumes as well is very small. It's less than 1 in 10. And again, maybe these things can't always be strictly defined. I might have the wrong end of the stick here, but the more I think about it, the more I think they've got so much in common with the queer community.
They do. There's actually a lot of furries are gay and trans.
And I mean, yeah, obviously there's going to be crossover as well between these kind of things. They just kind of exist, and I don't think like. I think the worst thing I could say is wow, that's fucking cringe, bro. Don't go out in public with that. But like that's kind of uncalled for. I feel like, I don't know.
Yeah, and even so, it's not hurting anyone.
Exactly. Being a furry doesn't hurt anyone on its own. If you're, you know, you might have like pedophiles who happen to be furries, but they're being harmful because of the pedophilia, not the furry stuff. So
exactly.
Don't go bullying furries for being furries, man. Like, they're just existing. Like, it's weird. It's very weird to some of us, but like,
yeah, you're allowed to think it's weird.
It doesn't matter. I think being weird is actually a really important thing, because diversity is. Sorry.
Some of the content, some of the online content I consume is considered weird, and that's totally fine.
Oh, same here. Some people call FNaF weird, FNaF cringe, and, you know, it is in some aspects, but, like, I just want to say that, like, the being weird isn't harmful, so like go ahead and be weird. It's chill. Because if anything, it's interesting to me. The last few years, what I've learned about things like trans people and I know furries, I guess. What else is like online and like considered weird by the masses? What's like, maybe being part of not the FNaF fandom. I want to say Roblox, but Roblox actually is cringe. So we have to find somewhere in between. Like, what's considered like cringe?
Bronies were considered cringe.
Bronies,
to be fair,
bronies.
a big chunk of the fandom ended up being really
I
toxic,
actually
and
have a
lots of
friend
good
who is
people
a
ended up
brony,
leaving.
I'm pretty sure.
But
like,
but at the same time, there were so many incredibly talented artists and musicians, and like so many cool and nice people in there. And it's like it's just not fair to bucket them all together into one bad because
as well as
couple
like,
of them all.
like by association, like
Yeah.
again, individual traits. I think is what's important. We've completely sidetracked into like a little debate here, but I just want to have a break,
yeah.
guys. It's a nice difficult, and Lucie's leaving in a minute, so I want to talk with her as much as possible before we go. All I want to say was that I agree. And,
One more thing that's considered cringe, but that actually kind of isn't, is fanfiction. It can be cringe, but it's not
fanfiction.
necessarily.
Because
I read a lot of fanfiction.
the thing is, right, the most popular fanfiction is the cringiest because actually people are cringe. And what is considered mainstream is because that's what the mainstream likes. People want smut. Only the true fans want in-depth, character interaction and engagement and interesting what-ifs with smut, okay? The main people just want to get off. They're the ones who suck.
You do know that only like 10% of all fanfiction are smut, right?
No, is that an actual statistic or did you make that up?
Not necessarily, but let's just say if I filter, say I'm looking for fanfics of, I don't know, give me Avengers, right? Say there's like 4,000 or 5,000 fanfics, and then I rate, then I filter for explicit, because you do have to flag explicit content as explicit.
Obviously,
and
legally.
What's left is like 200.
Oh, okay, all right, cool.
It's really not as much as it sounds. People like to blow the cringe out of proportion and the smut out of the proportion, because like, oh my god, that's so weird. Why would you read that? But like, 50 Shades of Grey exists.
Right? Like, yeah, that's just the same thing.
It's the same concept.
Without, I guess deviant sexuality. To be honest, it's about actions against like thoughts as well. Like, whatever goes on in your head, no one can really see it. I mean, I would wear a tinfoil hat, but I have common sense. No one can read my mind. If they could, I think we'd know about it. If they can't, holy shit, good job keeping it secret. Government's reading my mind, guys. But you can have all kinds of degenerate fantasies up in here if you really want, as long as you're not, doing
Acting
anything
out of
harmful
them.
in the real world and acting on that. I mean,
Exactly.
I'm going to be controversial here. Let's say you're sexually attracted to animals, okay? Holy fucking shit, what is wrong with you? But you never mention it to anyone, you never share it around, and you never kind of shove it down people's throats. Well, is there anything really wrong with that?
Yeah.
If you keep
Again,
it
as long as that's why fanfiction and
you're
like
not, going out there in the real world
are
and,
so important.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's in my opinion why transformative work is so important, because like you can safely explore these things without harming actual people or actual like personalities, because you're just writing it out, getting it out of your head, and then it's done and over with, and it's all
Exactly.
good. Nobody got hurt.
And most of the weird stuff isn't even that, dare I say, degenerate. That's, that's also kind of subjective.
I've seen some extremely strange and extremely questionable stuff, but like, it's the rarest of the rare stuff. Like, if you stumble across that, you must have deliberately looked for it.
Exactly, yeah. And then the fool is you, for looking it up. For example, guys, if we go and check out my search history, if we go check out Lucie, wait, how many likes did we get?
10.
Only, it says 9 on my screen, guys. We didn't get 20 likes.
Oh.
Lucie's
Somebody
DMs
liked.
are gonna remain a mystery, guys. You're never gonna get to see what was up there. What I shoved up into Lucie's DMs.
I mean, if you want to see, you can DM me, but
Hey, you're never gonna see the Lucie X Matt DMs. Lucie, do you have that meme that Olivia made all those years ago of Let me just find it. Let me just hold on, guys. Let me find it.
So.
Don't worry, this won't expose you for anything. Horny ass bitch.
I am.
Oh, I was talking about myself. Nah, I'm kidding.
I mean, considering our latest conversations and the kind of stuff
think
I've
we
been drawing,
both are when we
I think
want
it's
to
safe
be.
to say that I am not less horny than you.
Yeah, it's weird. It's kind of flipped around. We probably shouldn't be talking about this in a live stream. Guys, we're just talking about boring grown-up adult stuff. Mummy
Obviously,
and Daddy are
taxes.
talking.
We talk about taxes.
Yeah, we're talking about boring Mummy and Daddy stuff. Where is it? Lucie, you know where Olivia is like... I don't know, she was like our third wheel for a bit. She was a champ. She was like the best friend to Lucie. It was awesome. She was like... She made this meme. It was like... Felix X Marzia? Now, Lucie X Matt? Oh, yeah. Because, like, I was a YouTuber or something. It was quite funny.
I do not even remember that.
Olivia's such a good friend, man. You have great friends, Lucie. Abby as well. Like, shout out to the boys, or girls, rather. Like,
I do have to go now.
Oh, man. I'm going to miss you. I'm going to miss you very much, okay?
Yeah. Have fun. Good luck.
Love you.
Love you too. See ya.
I'll suck your toes. What?
No!
Lucie, can we continue that conversation that we definitely had in DMs, which definitely exists about toe sucking?
Everyone's gonna think now that she has to go, guys. She has to go. Lol. Bye. Hope you have a good time. That was satire, guys. We did not have such a conversation. Lucie is out. She's gone. She was here, now she's gone. So, yeah, that was awesome. There was definitely more we could have talked about, but I think we got across all the main points. I'm going to really focus on the game now. I think this is just going to be a Night 4 stream, guys, because there is no way I have time to do Night 5 or anything else today. There's Night 4. I remember Night 4 being hard, but I don't remember it being this hard. And we've been going for almost 2 hours, and I've literally made no progress. So, I'm going to get on with the game. We're going to try and focus on the game. Hey, Ethan's back. Good timing. So, yeah, definitely nothing sus going on there. Yeah, yeah, good grief. Yeah, don't mind me being, again, this stream is not for children. I don't think I can emphasize that enough.
You've been sleeping for
Anyways,
quite a while.
are we going to talk about how seductive Circus baby sounds sometimes? It kind of freaks me out, not in a good way. Like, I feel, ooh, why are you doing this? You're an 8-year-old. Or is she? We've heard this before. I can't move my mouse, but I'm gonna have to chat anyway, so yeah. Getting all intimate with Lucie, are we?
Bow wow wow wow.
That's not how it goes. You know what I mean. But yeah, nice to see you back, Ethan. Just in time for the gameplay segment. This is like your realm. I've never thought about it this way, guys, but it's like we all have our area of expertise, don't we? Like Ethan's the gameplay master. I wouldn't call myself a master. But like when it comes to FNaF, I'm like the lore guy. I'm like the lore nerd you go talk to.
Try not to wiggle, though.
Lucie's like the artist. Like she does fan art and like AU stuff. So fan art and writing. She's like one of the fan art people. All right. So we want to aim for the locks that are the lowest turned. I get it now. They go round 360 degrees and you're dead. So we basically want to keep them all at around the same level. So I'm going to aim for this one on the left here first, because this one is already at the 6 o'clock position. I think it's randomized. I don't know. But,
You're in the scooping room.
Wait, it's going to the whole dialogue.
Do you know why they call
but that's what I go
the
for first.
scooping room?
But yeah.
It's because, Duncan, this is the
Guys,
room where
what do we think of, sorry for showing off my armpits. What do we think,
be obvious.
oh, what was I going to say?
Isn't that a fun name for something?
Yeah, Ethan, I meant to
The
ask,
scooper.
how much of this is randomized?
Like
because
something you would use for ice
I'm not sure if I'm just seeing things, but I think the mini arenas actually come up in a set pattern. Like it's one on the left, then one on the right, then one on the left, and then one on both sides at a time, and then the right, and then the left, and then the right, and then the left.
Every good thing.
Like, how much of this is randomized? I'm just wondering, because I would have assumed it was pretty randomized by default, but I think there are actually set patterns. This is this is Sister Location Mature Edition. Yeah.
I don't think
I haven't met the sex joke quota. We'll have to cover that in the DDLC stream.
It sounds like someone else is in the building.
Sex is a big deal to so many people, though. I just find it funny. Like, holy crap, people take it way too seriously. Anyway, here they are.
One more. Okay, stop. Set it down. Watch the step.
What happened to it this time?
Just seems like these things can't go a day without breaking down. Who knows? It's always the same, man. Some kind of hardware malfunction.
Well, hey, I have to be somewhere in 15 minutes, and this place gives me the creeps.
We just get this over with.
So yeah. It's really sad. He has somewhere to be in 15 minutes. It was probably with like a family or something. We'll never know. And he dies. These guys die on the way out because they get caught by Funtime Freddy, Bonbon, Funtime Foxy, maybe the Bitty Bats. Because they're the ones we don't see here. But yeah, it's not end at this point. Anyway. If I remember correctly, Baby recites the order in which every animatronic has been scooped. And I think Ballora was the first or last. It's like Funtime Freddy has been here today, Funtime Fox has been here today, Ballora has been here today, Circus Baby has been here today. I think Ballora's the last one, so I think at this point Freddy and Foxy are actually already scooped. So there's like a semi-Enid around maybe? That's what Lucie meant earlier. No, but no. No, Ballora was first. No, but this is before they're scooped.
There's something
Is it?
very important.
I can't remember. Oh, I completely forgot about that earlier. Lucie might have been right, and I corrected it. I feel bad.
Know what that is?
Right, here we go. Here we go. Let's focus.
How to
So we want to keep
pretend.
all of these things wound up to the
Do you
same
ever play make
kind of angle.
Pretend to be one way when you are really the other.
No.
It's very important.
Here we go.
Ballora never learns.
I'm gonna turn the volume down since I have to worry about Lucie's voice now. And these jumps, like, I could do this with the headphones off. I don't need to be listening in order to do this. And the jump scare screams are annoying. So you know what? I'm just gonna take the headphones off. You guys enjoy the sound. I don't need to hear it. I need to beat it. All right. Now I don't have a timer on me. I do have my watch, but I put my phone away because I had to charge it, so it's like behind me. Just gonna wait for my mouse to appear. All right. Yeah, this is where Ballora gets. Guys, you can't tell me that's not symbolic of rape. That looks like rape. You've got a long phallic object smashing into a feminine body's, you know, like, come on. Not just that, no, not just on a surface level. That was just like the hint, but it's like all the animatronics here have been abused in a way that is comparable to rape. They've been violated, you know, obviously they've been murdered as children, and they've been, you know, trapped in this awful place, you know, outside of society. That alone is what the first FNaF games were about. But what this game's really about, what makes it worse, is what, you know, the whole you don't know what we've been through thing was about, is like the abuse. Because these guys are, you know, technologically more advanced, which means they're getting tampered with way more. Their bodies being torn apart and put back together and ripped into, and oh my god! Already? I mean, there isn't a sound cue for these guys, but damn, I gotta keep my wits about me. Like, if I had been winding on the other side for a moment longer, that guy would have slipped in and I would have no idea why I failed. Holy shit. But as I was saying, but it's like, abuse is a big part of FNaF, I think, because it's unclear, because the interpretations differ, but William Afton is seen abusing Elizabeth, like physically abusing her as a child, like before Circus Baby, in the novels. Meanwhile, we also get, oh god, they're approaching. We also get, like, hold on, wait for it, hold on. Okay, now we wiggle. We also get, you know, his neglect of his son in FNaF 4. You know, we don't even know what happened to Mrs. Afton. And, you know, Michael, you know, the clearly parent issues, you know, William Afton's never portrayed to be this kind, loving father. He's portrayed to be this kind of cold and, you know, I guess kind of like, you know, socially awkward and kind of like creepy, you know, old man. I think Vlad in The Immortal and the Restless, let's get rid of you. And like, yeah, these guys are having their insides ripped in and out, they're being tampered with, and like, you know, also before being made as animatronic, this applies to all the characters, but like, also, you know, in life as humans, like, you know, a lot of these children weren't brought up properly. You know, William let Mike bully his younger brother, whose name is either Cassidy or Evan, to death. You know, Elizabeth, you know, in the novels at least, was, you know, given the smack a lot of the time. William barred her from going to the things she enjoyed, because he built Circus Baby for her, and yet he stopped her from going to Circus Baby because Circus Baby was designed to kill and capture children, and he didn't want Elizabeth captured or killed because he cared about it, except he didn't. Maybe it was part of the plan to make her want to go to Circus Baby so much that she willfully is killed, and he gets to make his daughter immortal in an experiment. before making himself immortal, because that's kind of what it's all about. And oh my god, the spring locks are winding down, ladies and gentlemen. If one comes up on the left, I'm going to let it through, because Ethan said that it won't have time to kill me before the night ends. I think this has to be it, because... Let's go! Why was that so easy? That was really easy that time. I think I know what I was doing right. So, I should have really been zigzagging across rather than going up and down. But also, I was keeping the string locks at the same level, rather than trying to spend all the time winding them all the way back up. I was keeping them all roughly at the same level. And I just let that last one progress. I could have wiggled many a time there, and that would have ended my game.
That was so lame, Clara. Like I haven't heard that a million times.
Okay, well, how's this? I'm taking the car.
The joke's on you, it's a rental.
Well, the joke's on you. I set the thermostat to 90 before I left.
Good, I like it warm.
Good, because I also set the house on fire.
How will
His
it all
face.
end? The passion, the tension, the intrigue.
Now, this is where
Tune in
The
tomorrow
Immortal and
for
the Restless ends in
exciting
canon.
conclusion.
There's an episode in between this episode and the previous episode that we don't get to see because we get kidnapped. And the one that happens in the fake ending is clearly fake. It doesn't happen. It's not allegorical. I think she said, like, Daddy's not here or something.
Welcome back to your
Okay, I wanna
last day
talk,
on the
but I'm just
job.
gonna let this...
That is the last day of your first week.
Never mind.
Some of the most valued qualities that we like to see in new employees are determination, fearlessness, and a genuine disregard for instinctive self-preservation. You've earned your 1-week bonus, which will be given to you in the form of a delightful
Here we
gift
go, guys.
pack, the cost of
1 week
which
bonus.
will be
Let's do
taken
this.
out of your next paycheck.
Come on.
We have gift baskets
Give me the goods.
containing fruit, nuts, flowers, and
These
of course
nuts.
the ever-popular cash basket.
Yeah, the cash
Using
basket.
the keypad below,
Give me the cash
please enter
basket.
the
If you
first
guys
field.
read the
It
survival
seems you
log...
had some trouble with the keypad. I see what you were trying to
Such
type.
a sad
and
moment. I'm going to exit the game real quick. I'll restart that because I just wanted to talk for a moment. But the, I was going to say, that felt really easy, that last play of Night 4. And I don't know why. Again, I let that last mini-arena go up. I think that was crucial. I think every single time I've been not letting them go up, and it's, like, gotten me to get the spring locks to unwind. But also, like, maybe I just had the time to relax while talking to Lucie, and that got my game up, and I really got to focus on making sure the spring locks were all at the same, rather than trying to get some to the top, because it only takes one to end the game. And I didn't know that was how it worked. I'm actually only learning this now. I've never... It's been so long since I played it, I literally didn't remember, so... Thank you, Ethan. Big shout out to the man for helping me with that. Really appreciate it. Just gonna catch up and chat. I'm the location of the animatronics guy. I'm literally Henry, lol. DJ's the animatronic tech nerd, yeah. Is anyone here studying engineering? DJ, are you interested in, like, maths and science more than English and history? Like, what's your, like, thing? It's really, like, film and media, isn't it? yeah. But no, the only RNG involved is how unwound each spring lock starts. No other RNG involved with Night 4. So they are in a set pattern. And the unwound... Oh, man. Ooh, nice. Don't worry, Ethan. I got it. But yeah, no commentary gameplay. It can help. It can. I was actually going to go watch Markiplier's. But yours will do sufficiently. Let's restart the game. Go back to the menu. And yeah, right, as soon as Lucie leaves, I beat it. She's going to miss out now, but oh well. She can come back and watch us later. Lucie, if you're watching, hi, I love you. You got a nice pair of cheeks on your face. The way you smile, it looks beautiful. Makes my heart do the flips. And yeah, not to be suspicious or anything, but like, what if we like slept together? Maybe if we what if we held hands? Oh my goodness, scandalous. I know. Anyway, how's chat doing? But yeah, exotic butters. This is it, guys. Exotic butters. We're about to get it. Screw it. I think we might have time for maybe just one of the endings. We'll see. Daddy isn't watching. We all know what happens. Poor Elizabeth. Been tricked.
Welcome back to your last day on the job. That is the last day of your first week. Some of the most valued qualities that we like to see in new employees are determination, fearlessness, and a genuine disregard for instinctive self-preservation.
I love that line.
You've earned your 1-week bonus, which will be given to you in the form of a delightful gift basket.
Yay!
The cost of which will be taken out of your next paycheck.
Oh!
We have gift baskets containing fruit, nuts, flowers, and of course the ever-popular
Wait.
cash basket. Using the keypad below, please enter the first few letters of the gift basket you would like to receive.
Hang on a second. We know in the survival logbook that's the same night for this location because he actually does a duel. He's like, this, not this. It's like the cash basket versus the exotic buses. If it's being taken out of your paycheck, then surely the cash basket won't have any extra money. It'll just be the money from your paycheck. It'll in fact be less because they have to pay for the basket. So surely the cash basket is just pointless. You're just swapping out some money for a basket and getting the rest of your paycheck. Right? He says it'll be taken out of your paycheck, so a cash basket, you won't get extra cash. You're just going to get your paycheck in a different form. And you'll get less because of the cost of the basket. So it's actually in your best interest to use that money to buy something you want right here, right now. In this case, I would want a basket of maybe some kind of like cheap gemstone that I can pretend is rarer than it is and sell for an inflated price. Maybe I could just buy some NFTs. Buy some Bitcoin! Just Bitcoin. My paycheck, I'm not paid enough for Bitcoin. But, like, I don't know. Like, maybe one of these posters. I wouldn't mind having one of those posters in my room. Like a full res, like, sister location, like, in-universe poster. Or the FNaF 1 poster. That would look really cool. Like that one of Circus Baby there with, like, Celebrate on it. Imagine that. Or, like, the Funtime Freddy one that's on the breaker room door. Sorry, Ballora. Ballora, no. Ballora's cool, but who am I kidding? Ballora's the most underrated character. If I had to pick a poster, really, I want a poster with, like, the FNaF 1 gang on it if I had to pick any. If it was out of sister location, like, probably Circus Baby, since she's, like, the main lead. Or maybe Funtime Freddy. Anyways,
It seems you had some trouble with the keypad. I see what you were trying to type, and I will auto-correct it for you. Thank you for selecting Exotic Butters.
Oh!
Sorry, guys.
Please be aware that there are still 2 technicians on site today. Try to avoid interfering with their work if possible. Also, feel free to ask them why they are still there and encourage them to go home.
Again, stuff like this is what I would point out to Lucie when she's making her argument about the whole thing not being real and there not being any other employees. I get where she's coming from. And maybe Baby is controlling Hand Unit. But it's a lot of things to fake. It's a very unnecessary, elaborate theory that, like, the whole engineer thing was fake. Like, it's very elaborate. I mean, to be fair, Scott has done elaborate mysteries, but we see their bodies hanging. Sure, they're just silhouettes. We hear their voices. Sure, animatronics can mimic their voices. But Hand Unit references them, and the way in which he references them would logically explain why we never see anyone on our shift. Our job is designed so that there's as few people on site as possible. The thing is as automated as reasonably possible. And we have shifts, so we don't really run into each other. You know, the engineers leave, we enter. Because these guys were supposed to have finished their shift just as we were starting ours. We woke up at a random time on night 4, so we were awake a bit before our shift. But, like, the reason they haven't left is obviously because they're dead. They've been murdered. We're about to see that, but I don't know, man. It's so unnecessarily elaborate. To be fair, though, fucking illusion discs, man. Talk about unnecessarily elaborate. I wouldn't be surprised if Lucie's theory is actually the correct one, even though even though mine is better. But to be honest, this is the beauty of FNaF. I think any theory, any version of the story can make sense as long as it aligns with the evidence, and any interpretation based on the evidence is a valid, version of the story. Like, honestly, if you guys can twist the timeline into a way where having sister location after FNaF 3 actually makes sense, with the flow of the character dynamics and the lore, I would be happy to, maybe not accept it as canon, but, like, enjoy that version of the story and that kind of interpretation. That's really cool. I think, for example, for some reason everyone thinks that Help Wanted, Special Delivery and Security Breach are all in the same timeline as the original 7 games, despite how dense they are, which is just absurd. But I wouldn't mind seeing a story where FNaF 1, 2, 3, 4 and Sister Location are in fact part of a new timeline that, instead of going to Pizza Sim, branches off into the newer games. It doesn't really work though, because the loose ends from Pizza Sim aren't in those new games. It's just like, I don't know. It's like the books. It's a new thing. I don't see why that's not common sense to everybody. And I am still waiting for a convincing argument or even a hint that there aren't two game continuities, because Scott's not really in charge anymore. I mean, sure, he's still technically writing the story, but we don't really know what's going on behind the scenes. Even if Scott is doing all the story writing still, it's clearly a reboot. Anyway, this is the last time we're going to see this, guys, so enjoy. Here we are. Any stories for us? Anything to say today? No?
Motion trigger. Entryway vent.
Well, here we are.
Let's check on
It's been a while
and
since
make
we've
sure
been here.
she's on her stage.
It's been a while, guys. Something's different. It's missing. Also
Great.
this.
Now let's check on Funtime Foxy.
Everything is normal. Nothing to worry about here.
Great. It looks like everything is as it should be in Funtime Auditorium.
Nothing is as
Your
it should
task
be.
Today will involve
Sir.
more maintenance work. Circus Baby had a rough day and is in need of repair. You will be required to reach the parts and service room by once again sneaking through Funtime Auditorium.
You gotta be
As
shitting me.
always, please proceed with caution.
Well, this is cringe. But that's the thing, guys. I'm actually thinking, the fact that hand unit is so obviously malfunctioning all the time would suggest that maybe Circus Baby's controlling them. But then, if that's the case, why doesn't Circus Baby just use hand unit to communicate with us the entire time? Why does she say things in contradiction, like on night 2, when she says, your instructor will tell you to go across quickly. If you do that, you will die. Go slowly. Why would she say something different herself instead of just getting hand unit to say, go slowly? Why... If Baby's actually in control of hand unit and hand unit's just not malfunctioning from something else, like a, software, error, some kind of virus, maybe remnant from somewhere else, why would Baby have it set up? Is it to help the player get to trust her, I guess? It just doesn't make sense. How's chat doing? I'm not checking chat. So yeah, crap, my dad just walked in and dumped my headphones. He looks so concerned. Oh, well, okay, we should, Liv, you've got some explaining to do. Well, Livy, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, but this is the lesson, guys. Wear headphones. You don't know what I'm gonna start doing on the stream. Like, one moment it's all, hey guys, welcome back to my sister location, next play, and the next moment it's, oh, like, it just goes, it's just one thing oscillating, alright? Doing a little helicopter, like, Mr. Matt's little, fill the blank. Oh, man, we truly do live in a society. I don't know, Mark Orr? I didn't see him anywhere. I remember that name, I didn't see him anywhere. Wait, what the heck? Oh, right, it's just still moving in here. We need HQ, high-quality versions of these official in-universe posters. Exactly, we've only got the one from FNaF 1, which is the best one, but it'd be cool to have the others. Yeah. Motion trigger, entryway vent. That only plays on night 5. That's weird. Great. It looks as if everything is as it should be in Funtime Auditorium, Yeah, maybe that's it, because that's what the whole game is. Like, so Baby's trying to get our trust. Yeah, you can actually get the fake ending first if you beat the minigame. We'll beat the minigame next, guys. The minigame's not that hard. I vaguely remember how to do it. It might take a few attempts just for me to remember, but let's get on with this. Now, I don't believe Funtime Foxy is actually a threat. There's actually no threat here, because Funtime Foxy has already been transformed into Ennard. Well, like, we can sprint. Like, nothing happens. It's when we get into parts and service that things start getting difficult. But yeah, like, we don't actually have to, like, walk through this section at all. Here we go, parts and service coming up. Here we go, we're in.
Motion trigger, parts and
It's been a few days since we were here.
Great job reaching
This
parts
section's
and
pretty
service.
difficult, actually.
Circus
so let's pay
Baby has been
attention.
deactivated for an unknown reason. It's your job to make sure she is structurally stable and secured to the conveyor.
She is kind of
Our
huge.
technicians will take it from there.
Qualifies as a structure. Look at that. Hand unit gets muted for Baby to start speaking.
Can you hear me?
Can't press press that
I'm
yet.
pretending. Remember how I said I could pretend? The cameras are watching. I must be careful not to move.
Yeah, that's what she wants us
Something
to
bad
believe.
happened yesterday.
Yeah.
Something bad always happens.
Something bad always
I
happens.
don't want it to happen again.
This is honesty right
There's
here, guys.
something bad inside of me.
It doesn't make sense for her to be lying at this point. Then again,
I can't be fixed.
no, this isn't a
I'm going
lie.
to be
This is the
taken to the
biggest lie.
scooping room soon. But it's not going to fix what's wrong with me. What is bad is always left behind. Will you help me? I want you to save what is good, so the rest can be destroyed and never recovered. But you must be careful. Ballora is here, in the room.
Oh yeah, if you look closely, look behind her,
Ballora
guys.
will not return to her stage. Ballora
I've
will
seen the
not
animation, but
return
I've
to
never
her
seen
body.
it in game because it's so hard to
You must
see.
be careful.
I've only seen it when it's been ripped from the
You
game
must
files.
remain calm
But if you look behind
and
baby,
listen to my voice.
you can see an animated
There is a
figure.
button on my cheek. You must find it and press it.
Yeah, it's like Funtime Freddy. So we've got to press the buttons, and we've got to have a quick reaction time when it comes to the numbers. Here we go. We have to be quick, otherwise we get killed. See? They're making noise.
There
Look
is a
behind her.
passcode that you must enter before you can
Okay.
retrieve me.
So basically 1 to 9. Let's do this.
Enter the code
Gotta be
carefully.
quick.
1 3 3 9 5 9 4 6 1 5. Good. A hatch.
I get
is
so
open.
tense when that happens.
Take the card
There
that
it
you
is.
find inside.
Because I've died on that part so many times. But yeah, take this
Now
little device.
you must turn back. I will guide you through Funtime Auditorium so you can reach the scooping room.
Why do we want to reach
When
the
you are
scooping
there,
room? You were just telling us about
I
that
want
yesterday.
you to destroy this body. Put the card into your handheld device, and I can continue to speak to you.
So we have a handheld device apparently.
Now, press the green button to your left.
Yeah, we want to press
This
this.
will send me to the scooping room.
And yeah, what we're going to do, I'm actually going to try and look up and see if I can see Ennard's face. Because I always see the wires, but I never see Ennard's face. It's really hard to see because it fades away. But yeah, there it is, there it is, there it is. You see that? I see you, Ennard. Technically it is Ballora, I think, but yeah. And off she goes. Baby's fucked off. Bye, baby. And here we go.
You must follow my instructions.
This is where it gets a bit
Funtime
challenging and a bit
Auditorium.
scary. We're gonna listen.
Ballora is going to follow you. She will try to catch you. I will help you avoid her. She will not follow you inside the scooping room.
No.
She is afraid. Go back now.
So here we go, guys. We're about to get the ending of Sister Location, the canon true
Go
ending.
forward.
So I'm gonna move forward. We don't want to shift. We don't want to sprint here.
Stop. Go forward and left.
So we want to hold down W and A here. If we use the flash beacon, we're dead as well. We can't do that. So
Keep
no shift,
going.
no space.
Stop. Be silent. Go forward and left.
What are those sounds, by the way? What are the sounds?
Stop.
I've never picked up on those sounds before. That's the sound of Ennard. But I don't know what the
Go
other sound
forward.
is.
You are almost there.
Like, I can't discern what that is.
Stop. She is right in front of you.
Great.
Don't move. He is here to help, Ballora. He is not here to hurt us. Ballora, he is here to help us. Go forward again. Ballora is behind you. She is afraid of the scooping room. She will not follow you.
You see, that's one of the few times we actually see Baby talking to the
Warning,
others.
you've entered a highly dangerous area. You have entered from Maintenance Hatch 1B, reserved for cleaning and repair of the scooper. Entering this side of the room is strictly prohibited by unauthorized personnel.
Funtime Chica's on the right somewhere, out of view. This is where Ballora was before. For some reason, Michael just stands here. He doesn't
You
move
are in
anywhere.
the scooping room now.
But yeah, look at the floor. There are all the parts,
Funtime
guys.
Foxy has already been
So
here
Foxy
today.
was first.
Funtime Freddy has already
Oh,
been
so
here
Freddy and
today.
Oh.
Ballora has already
Been a while, I
been
forgot.
here today.
So
Circus Baby has
So
already
Foxy and
been
Freddy
here
were scooped
today.
before Ballora. So they, I guess Ennard could have
I've
existed
been
without
out before,
Ballora first then.
but they always put me back. They always
Yeah, Baby has to
put us
convince
back
the others.
inside. There's nowhere for us to hide here.
Oh, there he is, by the way. There
There's
they are.
nowhere to go when we
And of course,
look
Baby's
like
actually
this.
been in Ennard the whole time as well.
But if we looked like you, then
There's a
we
security
could hide.
camera as well. That's the one that was
If we
flashing on
looked
night
like
4.
you, then we would have somewhere to go.
Exactly, yeah. I've seen this all before.
The scooper only hurts for a
She's
moment.
telling us all of this, and you know, Ballora and the others are feral, but Baby's got a plan, and she has executed that plan. And we are dead. Well, kind of. So our insides are scooped out, and it's, you know, picking us apart, wearing us like a suit.
Don't tell Daddy that I'm here. I wanted to watch a show too. I don't know why he won't let me come see you. You're wonderful. Where did the other children go?
Her famous last words. And we get the music again. The infamous. Well, I don't even know what to say, guys. I've seen this many times before. I've played through this game once, maybe twice. And, you know, it's not really nostalgic because I've seen it over and over in more recent times. But actually playing it myself, I haven't done in a very long time. I think I've only ever played this once before. But there he is, Rick Astley, but with the purple eyes that for some reason are reflected like that. What an ending. So, Ennard, you know, Circus Baby's plan works. She fuses all of the animatronics into one body after skinning them. And then we steal the body of the Night Guard and Michael is using the skin suit. Well done, Heather Masters. Voice acting, amazing. Andy Field's hand unit. Julie Shield, I don't know if she ever came out. Michelle Moss, Kellen Goff. All of these guys. I don't remember some. Sarah Jane Nakvi. Biddy Bounce, obscure. Christian McCullers, Vlad. Amber Lee Connors as Kara. She was also Toy Chica eventually. And Bob Barnes as the narrator. We also have PJ Hayward, John Matthew, Jason Kappas, Jesse Adam, and Becky Shrimpton as miscellaneous voice actors. It's not clear who is who. We know some of those are. Leon Richie did the music, TV animations by Nico Larquez Tellers, and of course created by Scott Crawford. PJ Hayward was William Afton. I think some of those other voices were like the technicians, the angsty teen voice, and the interviewer. But that is the end. That is the canon ending, the bad ending, the true ending of Sister Location. You can see it's red, it's shaking its head like, no, this isn't it. This isn't the final end of the game, this is just the ending. There's more, this isn't it. And yeah, I love the music of this game, I love the aesthetic and everything. Scott did a really good job on this game. It was, again, we like the FNaF formula, but if it wasn't for this game doing something different, we wouldn't know how much we love the FNaF formula. And this game was a perfect refresher. It took us out of the FNaF formula with something new, making us realise how much we love the FNaF formula, even though the gameplay of this game is great, it's not, you know, our favourite. And, you know, really doing something different. And while also maintaining, you know, challenge and intrigue and mystery, and, you know, as, you know, obnoxiously, you know, complex and convoluted as it is, especially with the novels, this game fixed the FNaF timeline. It fixed the lore. It sorted out FNaF 4, and it set up a great finale. This game did a lot. This game is, like, it's huge. And I don't know, I think this game is both underrated and overrated at the same time, simultaneously. It's like Toy Freddy. It's like, I don't know, it's just different. Sister Location's something special. I'm not going to appreciate that much about it. But there we go, guys. There was Nights 4 and 5. We have completed the game. Proceed now to the main menu. What button? Enter, click, spacebar, shift, caps lock. What is it? F2? Should I press F2? Just back to the main menu now, right? There we go, F2. Yeah, I love the text fonts as well. This whole thing had a very unique art style. There we go, we got our first star. Very nice. That's nice. So yeah, now obviously I'm not going to leave my closing thoughts because we're barely getting started, but that is going to be the end of today's stream. We've already been going for 2.5 hours. I could keep going, but I think it's going to make the most sense if I leave the next stuff for the next episode. Part 1 was just under 2 hours. This is 2.5, so next episode could be even longer. But what we're obviously going to be doing, guys, if you didn't know, first of all, we've unlocked the extras menu. So we're going to be taking a deep dive, a delve into the extras menu in the next episode, checking out the hidden minigame, getting the other ending, and just looking at all of this good stuff. It's going to be very exciting. And beyond that, there is the custom night. There was the, you know, the additional content, the DLC, the custom night. And yeah, the custom night is almost an entire game of its own. It's really cool. You can't customize the animatronics individually, but there's loads of great preset challenges, some extra lore, some good challenges, and I'm going to be probably doing 2 or 3 streams on that as well. Probably at least the same, if not more, that I did in the main game. But yeah, that is the first sister location star unlocked. So thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and share this with your friends. Support is very much appreciated. Check out the links in the description below. Support the Trussell Trust. I didn't get time to do the charity shout out properly. But the Trussell Trust has an aim to end hunger and poverty in the UK. Their vision is a UK without the need for food banks. These guys support millions of people, including children, and a network of food banks to provide food to the people who are starving in this country and those who need it the most. They have a plan. You can read the statistics. They have done absolutely incredible work. They're completely legitimate. I suggest you go to the page yourself and check it all out. The link is in the description. If you want to get notifications for streams, I recommend using my social medias. There's also side channels. I've got other projects on the go. If you want to check out the music, I support Living Tombstone. The game is obviously there as well. And today's QOTD winner, it's absolutely Ethan. It's true player. Guys, shout out to the boy, not only for the most detailed answer to the QOTD, explaining that assisted location is less replayable, because let's face it, it isn't. This is probably the only FNaF game that I've not replayed since it initially came out. I believe what you just witnessed was my 2nd ever playthrough. It's just that I've seen loads of playthroughs on YouTube as well, so it's like my 10th time, you know, watching it. But I don't believe I've touched this since like 2017. At the latest, like early 2017. Whereas the custom nights, again, they're not customizable, but there's a lot of replayability because there's 4 different difficulties for every mode, and you know, it's a lot of cool stuff. It's more like a traditional FNaF game. You don't get anything for replaying it, really. But yeah, check out Ethan. He's a he's holding several world records, guys. He's a world-class FNaF player, no commentary pro stuff. He made some funny memes as well. He started doing some Minecraft, which is very cool. And yeah, I just really appreciate the tips you gave me, dude. Also, check out Lucie. Her link tree, as was shown earlier, is there. You can also know where to find her Instagram. You know, Lucie is a very talented individual who you should definitely go support. And yeah, it's just fun to bring her back for a live stream. And yeah, anything else you guys want to say in chat? I'm just going to leave my phone charging, and I'm just going to read chat off here because, you know, it's not going to have charged that much yet. But yeah, the only gripe is that the customer isn't really customizable. The potential for custom challenges is huge, right? There are probably some combinations that we can never get. Someone should make a mod where you can, like, actually customize it. I'm sure that must be possible, but yeah. But yeah, the blue one from the other end, yeah, we'll get to that, Ethan. We'll get to that next stream, but yeah, never gonna give you up, right? The whole sister location game was just a troll. It was just a big prank. It was just a big rickroll. Michael Afton is Rick Astley confirmed. The whole game was just a rickroll. It was just a big old prank. Baby rickrolled us. She pranked us. Those sounds are actually guts. That's what they're called in the game files. What? Let me just catch up and chat. Those are guts? Whose guts? Oh, the corpse is hanging. It must be the corpse that's hanging in the room. That's what it is. It's very loud. I've got to say, it's very loud for some guts. But yeah. I don't know, Duncan. I don't know. It's actually impossible to get back to the main control module. Yeah. We never get back to the main control module when we're leaving parts and service at the Fontaine Auditorium. Never go that way, guys. Go to Ballora Gallery. It's much better. That's a bit weird. But yeah, baby's dead inside quite literally. You can sprint, doesn't affect anything. Exactly, yeah. But yeah, I actually saw Ennard for the first time in-game as well. That was cool. Yep. Right. If Ballora was actually there all the time, wouldn't a music box be playing? That's what made me realise it wasn't actually Ballora. Exactly. Smart boy. I was just confused, because I was like, wait, is it Ballora? Hello, Gamework. Thank you for joining the stream. And, yeah, it's reading chat. Right, he's just rickrolled the entire fanbase. He just rickrolled like 1 million people in this game count. Amazing. But, yeah, you press escape to return to the main menu. Oh, I thought escape would close the game. But, yeah, how many hours do you have in Sister Location? I have 130 plus hours on Xbox alone. For those of you curious, this is my original playthrough, plus all of my time in the custom night so far, plus the videos I made on my old channel of the custom night, plus the replay that I've done on these streams. It's gonna go up, so maybe don't overthink it, but currently I have 67 hours in this game total. That is a lot, considering what this game is. Like, this game's complete. Like, even if you got stuck on night 4 and some of the harder, like, I mean, if you didn't do, like, the harder challenges in the custom night, like, the total playtime of this game is probably 20 hours, 30 hours max. So, yeah, I've played a lot of this game, considering what it is. But, yeah, Never Gonna Give You Up was released in 1987, which is funny. Maybe that's a hint that this game is actually also set in 1987, and this is actually just shortly before FNaF 2, like, Sister Location's 1987. Yeah, we saw a night's going to give. No, I don't have 87 hours. We're going to work it up to 87 hours, because I'm going to try. I should probably say now that I'm not going to try and 100% the game, guys. There is no way I'm going to be able to beat Golden Freddy mode in this game. I will attempt it, and I'll have some fun doing maybe, like, 25 mode, or, like, 2010 mode, or, like, or 10, 5, 10, 10, whatever. But I'm going to beat probably all the other custom night challenges. Most of them are very hard. I don't know. I can't remember what I already have and haven't done, because I did beat a lot of it, but I unlocked all the cutscenes anyway, except the, what's it called? The Golden Freddy mode, like, cutscene, like the Springtrap one. But yeah, we're gonna get up to 87 hours playtime, I am sure, with the custom night alone. So, yeah, that's all. So, leave a like, share, subscribe, and actually, before you guys go, one last thing. I made a new Reddit post, and I want to start showing this off on every stream. I recently checked my monetization tab, and you can read this post for yourself. It's linked on all the social media pages. But basically, I just need another 357 subscribers, and I will be able to monetize my YouTube channel. Now, this is huge. I've always considered this a hobby, but I see the opportunity for this to become a side hustle. So, growth on the channel slowed down lately. I don't think we're going to hit 1K by the end of the year. But this is your chance to prove me wrong. Share my channel. Share the streams. Get everyone you know to come subscribe to Mr. Matt. Because if we can get those subscriptions in, if you think that I actually deserve it, only if I deserve it. You don't have to. I'm not obliging you. But it would be very nice of you if you help me achieve this goal. If you help me do this, guys, I'll monetize. And there'll be a 1,000 subscriber special, and I'll do all kinds of crazy things. I've got a big event, lots of options for big events that I could do if you guys help me achieve this goal. So, you've only got, you know, like 2.5 months before the end of the year, so you better get going. But yeah, I'm gonna actually repost this in one other place, because I've recently unlocked something else. Again, I should really do a vlog, and I probably will, but there's something else I want to show off. I recently unlocked the community tab, guys. If you look at YouTube channels now, if I go to Matt's the Mist, for example, if I go to Matt's the Mist, the discussion tab has finally been deleted. It's gone. You've got home, you got videos, you got playlists, you got channels, and about. The discussion tab's gone. It was a redundant feature. They finally killed it, and I don't miss it. You know, it was a lame feature. It was just the community tab at worst. But now, as well as all of that, I have the community tab. I can share videos, polls, and images exclusive to, like, text-based posts on here. Yeah, I'm actually gonna delete this. I'm gonna make a new post. I'm gonna share this. I'm gonna go, hashtag subscribe for hydration. Alright, that's the new hashtag. I want everyone to start sharing this hashtag, okay? I want to see if we can get a kind of mass support kind of thing going on. I'm gonna say, like, reply if you came here from hashtag subscribe for hydration. I want all the new people to say hi. So share it with your friends, guys. I've already done some self-promo on, like, all the Discord servers I know. And yeah, check it out. I'm going to post it on there as well. It's already on Instagram. It's already obviously on Reddit and Discord and everything. Yeah, I just want to point that out. I'm going to go now. We're all done. Duncan, that's fine. I don't expect any one person to know that many people or to even have any, even to have one of those people even to come back and actually be interested in FNaF. But, I mean, Minecraft, I mean, the channel, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. But between the lot of you, I think we can do this. I think we can do this because they can then share it with everyone they know. And then out of them, at least a few will actually come in and subscribe. So, it's up to you guys to make this happen. You know what? If we don't hit 1K by the end of the year, you know, if it's not until I'm after my hiatus in January and we get back and I'm already on 1K, you know, if we slip down on the watch hours and it goes underneath 4,000, it's fine. We can make our way back. No problem. But, if we do, that would be amazing. It's up to you. It's up to you guys. Like, it is not in my control. Ethan made a community post. Ooh, wait, is this on my channel? Can you do that? I forget how it works. But yeah, RIP discussion tab, but yeah. A community post. Wait, oh, you mean on your channel? Hold on a second, let me just go to Ethan's channel real quick. Because, holy crap. Fellas! Let's go! Can we get it? Wait, that's actually a hashtag. If we get it trending, people will click it and it'll hit. I gotta start tagging all my streams with this. Let's go. This is gonna be amazing. Guys, check it out. Ethan, my boy. I gotta start doing polls like this as well. Best doll character. Ooh, this is interesting. Guys, another reason to go check out Ethan. I know I should have been the stream by now, but this is interesting. I think it's gotta go to Bonnet. Come on, guys. It's Bonbon to the OG. But yeah. Also, look at your boy here. How many subs does Ethan has? 1.31k! Guys, so go subscribe to Ethan. He should be on like 2k by now. I think Ethan should have about double my subscriber count. That seems like a decent average. But yeah, subscribe for hydration. Everyone, share it. I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna stop harassing you with my self promo. I'll probably be back for a stream tomorrow. I don't even know what I'm gonna be doing, but I think more Fall Guys is actually on the way because I still haven't done a second episode of that. Secret Laboratory, Republic Commando, Bending the Machine, and maybe a few one-offs. I'm doing a bit of a clean-up in October. I'm gonna be doing a lot of episodes to like clean up stuff, finish off series, start others. Yeah, alright, we'll go now. Thank you all so much for watching, and until the next time, stay hydrated.